This is Future 2 Bright Eric Taylor.
And I am the blonde blur Mikey Montgomery. We are the bullish trend, the Bitcoin boys.
That's one word with an I and a capital Z at the end, and you are listening to Wrestling Cheers.
Taking your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to go where you can see that troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
And welcome back to Wrestling Cheers, where everybody knows your name. And tonight, the kitchen is open. This is Wrestling Cheers, where we like to talk about things going on in Northeast Ohio independent wrestling scene. We preview shows, we review shows, and sometimes we even have interviews along the way. This is going to be about none of it because we'll be talking about food this week. But I am your host, Justin Summers, and Wrestling Cheers is brought to you by Midwest Territory. Please rate, review, and subscribe your ever listen to this fine podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, or Podbean, WrestlingCheers.podbean.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Facebook.com/WrestlingCheers, Twitter.com/WrestlingCheers, Instagram.com/WrestlingCheers. Email, if you so choose, desire, WrestlingCheers@gmail.com. Like I said, we will be talking about food this week. We kind of talked about it last week. But if you are hungry, maybe don't listen, because I feel like that's going to be majority of the conversation. There could be tangents because we're very good at that. But yeah, we'll be talking about food. And like I said last week, it's going to be Pam.
Hi, I'm back again.
2 weeks in a row. When's the last time you did that?
Ooh, it's been a while.
Yeah, it has. Then again, I try not to use people all the time unless your name's Charlie Butters.
Exactly.
But yeah, let's talk about food. We were kind of talking about food before we officially started recording. Like, we got into a little bit of stuff. We're talking about like Mexican food and whatnot.
Love Mexican food. Speaking of, let me grab my fake Mexican food.
I was about to say, like, you work at kind of a Mexican restaurant, not like a real like you were saying, but it's still like some of the same stuff.
Fast casual Mexican food.
Yeah.
The Subway of Mexican food.
Remember when everybody on Twitter was just like hating on Chipotle?
Mm-hmm. Pepperidge Farm remembers. People don't forget. I see all you Chipotle hating ass people. That's why I don't bring shit to shows no more. Chipotle hating ass people.
Yeah, I never understood people with that. Like, granted, like a lot of stuff they were saying, like, oh, like, what was the one place that everybody says?
Moe's.
Yeah, Moe's
and Hotheads. Everybody's like, I love Moe's. I love Hotheads. Ew, Hotheads can go fuck itself. And Moe's is mids at best. Their queso is alright, but Moe's is mids at best. Sorry, y'all.
I've had it like twice, and like maybe it's because I feel like there's like too many options to where like I don't know, I'm not as like satisfied with it.
I've only had it a handful of times too, because it's not real big in our area and shit. But one of Stacy's friends had their wedding catered by them, and it was all right. It wasn't terrible. And I went in person somewhere over that way, but like, it was.
I'll say, is it the one by me that I've also been to?
Honestly, it might be because we're in that same area.
Yeah, but yeah,
so that might be. I'm crap with that area. I have no idea where anything actually is.
It's the only one I've ever been to. I think the other one everybody talks about is Qdoba, and the nearest Qdoba is like in University of Akron.
Oh.
Like, I think it's like, like probably like a food court or student center or something like that. Because I've had people say, oh, there's one in Akron. I'm like, yeah, you wanna look at the actual like where that's at, not just like, oh, look, there's one in Akron.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not fucking going there.
Yeah, that's like at one point.
I've never eaten there.
It's like at one point there used to be a Quaker steak at the Kent State Student Center. It might still be there. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like, yeah, that's I wouldn't count that in my opinion as a Quaker steak. Like, granted, if you're on campus and all that stuff, blah, 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 like, it's just not the same.
Yeah, if you're a normal adult, it doesn't exist, but if you're, like, a student, yeah, then you can count that, but no. If it's in a weird place, you can bet your ass I'm not going there.
And I forget where the nearest one is after that, because I remember when the whole Chipotle thing was going on, everybody was like, oh, you got to go to Qdoba. And I'm like, maybe.
I've never had it.
Neither have I.
And I probably won't, because I am loyal to the brand.
For the fucking brand?
Yeah. Yeah, this time this one pays my bills.
Yeah.
So I gotta kind of be loyal to it. But I love Chipotle. Like, we'll knock the Chipotle story out real quick. I've loved Chipotle for probably 13, 14 years at this point. A friend of mine introduced me to it when I lived in Maryland, and I've been addicted ever since. When I moved over to Ohio, though, started eating it a lot more, because over in PA, literally the only place I could get it was Pittsburgh. Like, there's none in the county that I used to live in. Cranberry eventually got one, but it's like right after I moved. But like, everything is primarily Pittsburgh area, Robinson, whatever. And so I wasn't driving all the way down there to get fucking Chipotle, you know? If I happened to be there, whatever. So I would eat Chipotle very rarely. And then the next closest option would be Boardman. And I rarely came out to here until I started dating Stacy. But so when I moved out here, we would go to Austintown Chipotle all the time. And we were regulars there to the point we would get free food constantly. They would give us those burrito bucks, and we would get buy one, get ones. And then they would give us these cards that would be 2 full meals, entree, chips, and drink. Like, I used to get hooked up. Complain about something, hooked up. Like, it was insane. But, like, I've just loved it for so long. So when I found out that I could, like, work at one and, like, go through training, blah, blah, and eventually be higher up or whatever, like, I was like, fine, whatever. I'm just doing this stupid hotel job. Why not? And, like, I've been there for almost 6 years now, and I've learned so much in those 6 years. And granted, I got screwed over in becoming a manager at my other location. I don't care what anybody says. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Being where I am now, I have the opportunity to advance. And once I am finished with that stuff, I'll only be 2 spots out from, or like a legit spot from GM. So hopefully I'll be a GM one day, or maybe one day open my own restaurant. But
I've only got, like, I don't even want to say it wasn't free Chipotle, but it was like I got discounted one time, just semi-randomly. And you will like the story. I might have told you before, but I don't remember if it was on the show. It was one time, me and my ex went to the one in North Canton. And at this point, I want to say this was like right around 2010 to 2011. I don't think it was 2011. It was like maybe 2009 or 10. And I'm decked out Chicago Bears.
yes.
And I get to the cash register. Turns out the dude's from Chicago and is so excited to see somebody that's a Bears fan. And because of that, gives us 50% off. So I thought that was cool shit. Because I think
Policy. God.
I was gonna say, I think we talked about the Bears for like a quick minute, and then he's like, you know what? Boom, 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 50% off. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, times were a lot cooler back then, before the CEO of Taco Bell came in and changed a bunch of things. We used to have like certain manager comps that we would do to like boost customer morale and stuff like that, and we would be able to do stuff like that. And then like they changed a bunch of stuff, and now we can't do it as often or in as much of an amount as we would like to, and it kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that a business would do that kind of sucks, but
Because that's how Stacy and I would get stuff like that too, because since we were regulars and we would make small talk and blah, 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 they would hit us with that kind of shit. And my one friend, Dan, the guy who introduced me to Chipotle, he's a musician. And so, like, Chipotle used to do a thing, like, in the Maryland area where they would, like, take care of artists, musicians, et cetera, like, hook them up with their meals and blah, blah. And now they don't do that anymore. It kind of sucks.
it seems like the 2000s Chipotle was just different. Like,
It was.
The first one that I went to was in Kent, and like that one is like right off campus and all that kind of shit. I am happy though. Like, you've been to the one in Kent, right?
I've been past it, but I've never actually been inside.
Okay, you at least know like it's kind of small, and like all the parking is in the back, which is it's a clusterfuck because there's like an entrance and an exit, and that's it. And you have to like pull in back there, try to figure out if you can find a spot, and like if you have like some of those days, especially like in the 2000s when that place was like super busy, like, or if there's like a certain special going on Halloween or whatever, like yeah, like it's a bitch. They moved down the street to where Burger King used to be.
Okay, so all right, we drove through there right before they opened.
Okay.
And Stacy was like, wait, we just passed the Ken Chipotle. What's this one doing here? And then I found out that they were moving because of it being such a small place. They were moving to that location. And I was like, oh, shit, that makes sense. Like, it's a good thing that happened.
Yeah, and they've been there. They were at that location for like 15 years.
Yeah.
But like the one back then, I don't know, it seemed to be, I almost want to call it more artsy, like cooler in general of a company. And then like once their popularity like super boomed, like, you know, fuck everybody.
Yeah.
Unless they're listening right now, then they are a great company.
I love Chipotle. I will stand my ground. I love Chipotle. Is this some of the things that I don't like about this company is the change that has happened in the 6 years that I've been there. Like, this is an entirely different company than what I started with. And it kind of blows me away because I feel like certain things about the company we're losing, and it makes me sad. Everything's still there. The quality is still there. You guys are still getting great food. I just feel like we're losing ourselves as people. Like one of our things is authenticity. Authenticity lives here. Christ, I can't even say it tonight. And I feel like slowly but surely they're taking that away from us. The next thing that they're going to tell me is I can't have colored hair, and I'll be like, bro, look. Like, we were allowed to have piercings, now we're not. I get it. It's a food. I get it. It's a food safety hazard, but people have had septums and lip rings, and it's never been a fucking problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
it's just little dumb shit like that I don't know. This is a dumb one. We used to be able to wear shorts, and now we're not allowed. It sucks because like in the summertime when you're working grill, it's not like I'm back there wearing booty shorts or anything. Like, you have to wear it to your knee. You know what I mean? Like, food required. And like, I would also wear tall socks. So like, I had no skin showing essentially. And so like, they were like, no, you can't do that anymore because fryer, or if something would pop off the grill or splash you from the stove and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I get that, but I'm still going to get burnt wearing pants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm wondering if it's a insurance thing. Cause
And I thought about that too.
We get that in truck driving on certain things, whether it be us or like places we go to. Like, you can go deliver somewhere, and let's say you're putting your trailer into a door and like you're gonna disconnect from it and leave. There are some places that, you know, they want what's called a trailer stand underneath it. There's places that also want tires to be chalked, you know, like something to make sure like they don't move. Or even, which some of that I can kind of understand, but there's like ones that are like go a step further. Like a place that I used to deliver at, I watched them like over time, like change their policy. First it was like, well, you gotta chalk your tires. Okay, that's fine normally. Like if you're even staying connected to it. A lot of places it's just like, if you're staying connected to it, like your truck's not moving, like you don't have to do anything. Just back up and, you know, it's kind of an honor system, like don't move. Or like there'll be something that holds like the truck in, or that holds the trailer into the door, like whether it be a hook or something. But basically this other place would be like, first it was just chalk your tires. Then it was like, well, you have to also lower your trailer stand that's hooked to that's a part of your trailer, even though you're not backing out of it. Just like, you gotta do it for safety. Then this is one I'm like, come on, this is like a little bit too far. Well, you're staying hooked to it, but we need you to like put your trailer stand down and like pull forward just a little bit. It's like, what? But I think it's an insurance thing. Like the more things you put into place, cheaper your insurance is.
Got you.
But that's just me speculating. But I've seen stuff like that from my industry, and it some of it is super fucking annoying. So like with it being like food for you, I can imagine like even I'll be honest, like I've never went into a Chipotle and looked at like what pants the worker was wearing. Normally, like I see the shirt because it's like right there, and like that's that. Like I'm not paying attention. Like when you said shorts, I'm like, have I ever seen a worker wear shorts? Like I don't know. I'm not fucking looking.
Yep. If anybody was, it was probably the grill person. But like, yeah, I remember I just bought these sweet fucking, they were dudes, bright teal denim shorts. I got them at Walmart.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it, but I had also gotten the matching pair that my GM had them too. So when we both showed up wearing them the one day, it was fucking hilarious. But so I literally got to wear them that one day, and it came through in our thing. They were like, okay, guys, no more shorts, no suspenders, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just bought a pair of those too. You shitting me? Like,
wait a minute, why no suspenders?
I don't know. That one I don't get. If it's literally keeping my pants up like a belt and I'm allowed to wear a belt, why can't I wear suspenders? It's not like it's going to pop off. It's not like I'm literally wearing an apron. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense.
So I'm going to buy a pair and see if I can get away with it. I used to have a pair of checkered ones. They were my fucking favorite. I love them.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense.
Uh-uh.
That's just like a random thing to ban. Oh, by the way, no suspenders. Wait, what?
Yep. And when they got rid of the facial piercings thing, I was thinking about getting my nose done, my septum. And they were like, yeah, no facial piercings, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. I guess I'm not getting my septum done. I'm still going to do it, though, after I open these stores, probably.
Yeah, fuck them. Unless they're listening, then they are a great company.
Love them.
I mean, like I said, I still get their food. Like I think we got some last week, and I think the week before that, we got it twice, or maybe even 2 weeks before that. I think it was before Thanksgiving. We got it twice in a week. And for me, that's rare. Like normally I'm like, all right, I have it now, and I might be good for about a month. But I think 2 days later, I was like, really, I know what it was. Oh, I know exactly what it was. It was the week before Thanksgiving, and I'm driving at work, and we happened to pass one, and I had the windows down, and I could smell it. And I could smell it. And on top of it, I was starving, and I was just like, oh man, that sounds so good. That smells so good. And I texted Amanda, I'm like, do you want to get Chipotle again? And she's like,
that smell will get you, man.
That was so triggering. And yep, got some that night. And I
Good choice.
devoured the fuck out of it. Though I still need your quesarito. I have yet to have it. Like, I don't want to get it unless like you're making it.
I made one right before I went to open that store. Somebody came through the line and they were like, can I get a quesarito? And I was training somebody and I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. Like, you get to actually see me do this. But they want us to make it all in one burrito now. And I'm like, I don't like doing that. So I'm still going to make it the way that I normally make it. Mm-hmm. Quesarito.
Yeah, I won't order it anywhere else. I mean, I'm not out in, I was about to say your town, but I had to beep that out last episode. But if I'm ever out that way, I'll probably have to get it.
Yeah, you shoot me a message. More often than not, I am there. So, like, I'm literally working all day tomorrow. I'm opening and closing cash.
Do they still have the Tim Hortons out there?
No, that closed. I don't know if it was pre-COVID or during, but it's not been open the entire time that I've lived down here. I can't remember if it was open when we opened the store too, because we just opened the store 2 years ago, like last week. So I can't remember if it was open then. But yeah, that closed. And if I am not mistaken, guess what's going in there?
What?
Starbucks.
Jesus. Man,
we already have 3 Dunkins.
Wow.
Do we really need, or no, is it 2 or 3? I think it's 2. We have one lower end of town by Walmart, and then we have one at the other end of town, leaving town. Yeah, we have 2. So why not throw Starbucks right in the middle?
Yeah, I remember going to that particular town like a handful of years ago and discovering that there was that there, and I was like, oh my God, and I got a bunch of shit. And then
were you here for the Rassles?
No, I was there personal stuff.
Got you.
But no, when Dropkick Diabetes was in that area, yeah, actually before the show, that's exactly where I went. But I was out there for something else. Yeah, like, but after that point, anytime I would stop through there, like personally, because I stopped through there for work from time to time. It's obviously I can't stop.
Right.
And I hadn't been at that part of town either. It was mostly I was down by where Speedway is.
Okay.
Like there's, what is it? American Standard is behind, like not right behind there, but like down that side road. And
I live not far from there.
Yeah, the last company I worked at delivered there a lot. And even before that, my first trucking company actually would pick up there from time to time. There's a like little side lot where there's a lot of trailers. That's where we would grab them from. But yeah, I've been there a fucking ton. Like I could get there really easy. And then there's actually another part of town where a friend of my mom lives. And actually I do want to go out and like visit her, because now with my mom being gone, like I have like no real direct connection to her of like being able to like talk to her and all this stuff. I have her phone number, but I do want to like go out, just visit her and see how she's doing. So I've thought about doing that, but yeah, like I haven't been out there. And man, that's sad, because for a while that was the only like one in the area. And then even when they did pop some new ones up, I thought there was one in Cleveland. That one, I don't even think that lasted. Then there was the one in Girard. That one barely fucking lasted. Yeah, like in and out. The one in Akron lasted longer, but then they opened another one closer to 224, which made a lot more sense, because like you're right across from a gas station and a Dunkin' Donuts, and where they also put another Chipotle. What sucks is
of course they did.
I used to live like in that area, like actually where Get-Go is. I used to park my truck because there was just a kind of a vacant lot there, and I was able to park my truck and walk home. But they put that new Tim Hortons there, and like at some point they closed the old one, because I was like, yeah, that kind of makes more sense. And the new one fucking sucks. That's the one I went to before an AIW show, and I ordered like from the app. I ordered like 24 donuts, and I go to pick it up. They're like, oh, we don't have any. And I'm like, I've paid for it on the app. Like I put the order in. So he had to make them like all fresh, and like they didn't have shit to order. Wow. And like, maybe it's Tim Hortons as a whole in the United States since COVID has gone downhill. Cause like anytime I've gone to some other ones, even like some in Columbus, I went to one right around the time it was closing, and they're like, oh, we're only serving this. I think they're like, oh, we're only serving like drinks. And I think I won like a sandwich.
That is so dumb.
Yeah, and I think I won like a sandwich or something. I'm like, fuck. Like, what is going on with this company? Like, I love it, but I've been disappointed the last handful of times. And I don't think it's necessarily their fault. But yeah, and like even when I went to the one before AIW, there was one dude working. Like that was it. There was one car in the parking lot, and it was his.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the ones here in our area, but there was also another one that was open, or maybe it opened. Yeah, it opened. I think they were only open for a month as well, right down the road from Toyhio, like on that main stretch, but like towards Youngstown more. They actually where the Rallies is. If you have been down that part of, I can't remember the name of that road off the top of my head, but yeah, they were there very briefly. We stopped there once, and that was it. And I think the one in Calcutta is still around, but I'm not 100%. If not, that's probably where the Starbucks is going down there. So, because they're opening a Chipotle and a Starbucks combo in East Liverpool, Calcutta area. So
the one that was
literally popping up everywhere.
I forget what the one in Ellet is turning into. I've been by it because there's actually like right across the street from it, there's a really cool toy music store. Like it's a nice best of both worlds for me. Like I can look at some toys, and I can also like flip through records and stuff. Yeah. And they actually recently moved like down like 2 doors down in their own plaza. So like they're in pretty much the same vicinity, but it's like right across the street from that Tim Hortons. And I was just there about a month ago, and I saw like the stuff of like, oh, like coming soon. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, all right, at least like they're putting something in that building, because they built it just for Tim Hortons.
Yeah, that's literally what happened with the ones here, like the one in Girard and the one, even the one here where I live. Like everything was literally built for Tim Hortons, and this one here lasted for, I don't know when they opened this one here in town, but those other two, man, I literally don't know what happened, but 3 months max, and they were out. just buildings have been sitting empty for years. I think they just put something in the one in Girard. But they've all been empty. I'm like, bro, like, that is such a waste of time, money, space. Like, why did you even bother?
In this area, that one in Akron is the only one left.
That's crazy.
Like, I just typed in my phone, Tim Hortons, and 3 locations pop up. One is the one by you, and when you click on it, it does say permanently closed. And then there's the old one that was in Ellet, which is, for those who don't know, it is part of like Akron. But you click on that one too, and it says permanently closed. And then there's the other one, and I think their hours are a little funky. Oh no, every day 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. But I think that 7 p.m. is a little loose. They might close early from time to time.
You know what's funny? When I do that Tim Hortons Google map search, all right, come on.
Let's say because you are in a different spot.
The first, like, you know how it gives you A, B, like that kind of thing? Do you know what the first one that pops up is?
Girard.
Calcutta.
Okay.
So, like, the one here in town doesn't even pop up, obviously, because it's close, but, like, it popped up for you.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you using Google or Maps?
Google.
I'm using Maps.
Oh, okay. I clicked on the map, and then it, like, did wonky things, so I decided to go away from it, because I don't know how to use Google. Yes, I do. That just sounded stupid. Tim Hortons. Yeah, that's the Calcutta one. That one's still open. That says closing soon, 12 a.m. So that one is still up and running. But yeah, it doesn't pop for me for anything near my area. Nothing. That's hilarious. Yeah, there's that one down there. And then Steubenville has one. So it seems like southwest Ohio.
Yeah, like out of this area, the closest one, or at least for me,
Wheeling, West Virginia, are my closest 3.
For me is Ashland after Akron.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I remember being like so excited when we were going to get them here. And you like look at places like Columbus, like they got a ton. So I thought like, oh, like they're finally going to put it in here and like it's going to work. And it seemed to like fall flat on its face to the fact of like all the ones that were built at a certain point are all gone. Even like the one by you, that was open even before some of these other ones popped up. Like that was open like years before the one in Akron and the one in Girard. That one was kind of its own thing. But with Girard and Akron, those were a part of all right, like we're expanding and we're doing like these 2 stores. I thought there was one in Cleveland, but I don't know where in Cleveland it was, but to a point of like, it's not on a map anywhere.
Yeah, I thought that one on Belmont, that's the name of the road. Obviously, I'm literally about to open a Chipotle there. I should know that. But so, yeah, the Belmont one I thought was in that grouping as well. But like whoever it was, they did not, I don't know what happened with those guys. Yeah, I don't know what happened with all of that. I wish they would have lasted though, because I love some Timbits, man.
I think that's the thing, like Timbits are my favorite.
Oh, I know you love Timbits.
But I think
you always talk about getting them.
But I think my biggest issue though is my favorite Timbit is jelly. Because like it's the perfect amount. Like there's just like, it's a small donut. There's just a little bit of jelly in it and it's so good. But I couldn't tell you the last time I had them because anytime I went to the one in Akron, I don't think I ever went to the one in Girard. The one by you, I think years ago, but I think it's been a while. And I think other ones I've went to, like, yeah, it's like I go there. That's not a part of their assortment. It's like the glaze, like the sour glaze, I think one's called. They always do like a birthday cake one. There might be a blueberry.
I love the blueberry munchkins. I know that.
Chocolate. They do a chocolate, but like I don't know. When I discovered the jelly Timbits like that, I became hooked. Like I don't think I ever got a full thing of them because I'm like, just give me assorted. But at this point, I feel like I should have.
Right. Yeah, I remember the last time I got an assortment of munchkins from Dunkin', and I literally, so like some days I'll go for the full assortment, but this day I wanted a select assortment. So I was like, I want blueberry and I want chocolate. I don't want anything else but blueberry and chocolate. Hands me my donuts. I pull out of the thing. I open it up. All glazed. No blueberry, no chocolate. I'm like, look, I did not select this at all. Can I please? We don't have any. Oh, well, you could have told me whenever I fucking picked them up. Like,
yeah. Like you need
hate that shit.
You have to convey that. A lot of times, like I don't I might not care because I'm trying to remember. I've had one recently where they're like, oh, I think like I've gotten like apple pie, pies at McDonald's, maybe not apple, but it's like, oh, we're out of this right now. Like there's some in the oven. Like, are you fine with like just another apple? And I'm like, yeah, like that's fine. Like, it's very rarely where I'm just like, man, fuck you. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like I think because of my time in fast food that I'm a fairly easy person to deal with. Cause like, I know like that shit could be a pain in the ass, or like if I get mad at you because I don't get my pie, like, is it your fault? No. Sometimes it's just like maybe the handful of cars in front of me got all the rest, and like the people that were in line inside, like they got all the rest, and they just didn't get a chance to put pies down, or someone else in there fucked up and didn't get more pies down. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna blame you. Like I'm even someone who I can get my order can be a little wrong depending on how wrong. Like I'm just like, oh, whatever. Sometimes it's like, did I get food? Okay, I'm hungry, I'm eating.
People suck.
Yeah,
I hate people, bro. Like, I'm glad that you've worked in food. Like, you get it. The amount of people that don't get it absolutely kill me. Like, there will be days where we've got a line. Now, you are familiar with the area. I don't know if the Chipotle had existed or has existed since you've been here last, but like there used to be a gas station where the Chipotle is.
Okay.
And so the gas station or the Chipotle and the Rite Aid share this parking lot. And so when we get busy, our line will literally wrap around our building, cut through and go into the Rite Aid parking lot and go all the way down to the Rite Aid entrance. And there will be a line like that, and there will be a line out the door, and somebody will get mad when we didn't have the time to stop and make walk.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, get the fuck out my face. I know I shouldn't say that, but the stuff like that irks me so bad. It's like, you try doing what we're doing, and 9 times out of 10 we're unstaffed and everything in between. It's like, I'm forever grateful for people like you that come through, because like the people that have worked in food or the people that are just compassionate understand like we're having a time and we're trying our best here, you know. It irks me so hard. It's like, just be nice to us, please. That's all we ask for.
And then I don't know about you on TikTok. Like I always run into, I call them customer service TikToks, but what it is, it's like people talking about their interactions in any type of customer service job, whether it be like working at a restaurant, working at a department store. And like when I hear some of the things like people bitch about it, I also honestly hope people are telling me real stories. I'm like, I'm just going to make up shit for views.
Right.
Like give me like real stories. Cause like, I'm like, people can't be this fucking dumb, but I know how people are. And maybe there are some like really fucking dumb people to where like when people, like there's certain things that people would complain about even in like fast food where it's like, is your complaint really worth it? Or I seriously, especially when you actually see the real videos of like people just like going crazy because like their order was wrong. Like, do you know how many times I've gone to a McDonald's, and like there's the one by my work in particular where I'll get my little Happy Meal on my way home from work, because if I have something to do after work where I'm not going straight home, I'm like, the Happy Meal is like the perfect thing to tide me over till I actually get home.
I order a Happy Meal all the time. I understand.
But my go-to is the nuggets, and I love honey. Do you know how many times I'm leaving and I reach in there and it's a honey mustard? Mm-hmm. Like there's people that probably get like so pissed, and I'm just like, I like honey mustard. Fuck it. Like I guess I'm eating honey mustard with these nuggets today. Okay. But like, yeah, there's people that would just like probably like go crazy or something. I'm like, it's not worth it. Like, even if like, is it worth your time? Like turning around, going back, bitching.
Right.
Like no one like purposely fucks with your shit. At least I don't think so. Even when I worked in fast food, like it had to be on a personal level. You're fucking with someone because you actually knew them. But other than that, like it was never anything like that for me.
Yeah, I've never not once done that. But like people have tried to say that we've like, I'll never forget, there was this one really wonky tortilla, and it was back when we did the quesadillas in the tort press.
Mm.
And so like when she opened up her quesadilla, it's like, mind you, we made it right in front of, like, everything's done in front of you. This lady fucking insisted that one of us took a bite out of her tortilla
Jesus.
because of how it was fucking shaped on the end. Like, obviously, tortillas are round, but this one had, like, a weird divot, and with how they're ripply, it looked like somebody took a bite out of it, but literally open the package and pull tortillas. Not one of us had done. You know what I mean? That's so fucking stupid. I literally laughed. Like, I couldn't help myself. I laughed. Because, no, not one of us did that, ma'am. No.
Yeah, it'd have been like you said, like you watched us make it. Like when did you see us do this?
I hate people.
I think I've talked about it before on this show, but like I get almost on a daily basis where so many people will, when they stop at a red light, they don't stop at the white line. Mm-hmm. Like there's two particular turns I make every day that I have to go into the other lane, but I'm going on the other side of the white line. So as long as this whatever driver doesn't go past it, like it's fine. Like every day on one of these turns, like someone is like sticking out, and like some of them like really quick will back up, and I'm thinking, well, if you knew not to back up, I mean not to go past that line, then why did you do it in the first place? And you fucking idiot. A lot of time on a lot of those intersections, there's a sensor, and you have to be behind that fucking line for it to read. So when you're out in that gap, like in between the crosswalk and the other white line, like the white line you're supposed to stop behind, that sensor doesn't fucking read that you're there. So yeah, you're sitting there for 5 minutes because you're an idiot.
Yep.
Oh, like I see it every day, and like every so once in a while, I fucking like just yell at people because I'm annoyed by it. Or like there was like this one old man, he pulled past that line, and I was like trying to turn, and I like I said, I needed that room, and I'm going forward, and he backs up a little bit, but then like his light turns green, so he fucking like honks at me, kind of like for me to stop, and I'm like, motherfucker, if you want to wimp this far, this wouldn't be an issue.
My God.
Ugh. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy. Like when I deal with people publicly, I'm in my space, they're in their space. We see each other, we kind of interact with each other, but it's not like this. Like you're walking into my restaurant and all that shit.
Yeah, and then I get yelled at for stuff that's not my problem. I love it.
Well, like
it is my favorite.
What do they bitch at you about?
Oh God, you name it, we get yelled at for it. Like stuff that's not our fault, we get yelled. Like the chain shortage. Nationwide chain shortage. I had a guy who worked at the bank next door at my old location. Literally, signs everywhere. Signs posted on the front door, the side door, at the front of the fucking line, and at the cash register. Exact change. Need to have exact. If you're paying cash, it has to be this exact total. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Mm-hmm. And he was like, what do you mean I can't give you a 20? I said, sir, I literally do not have change to hand back to you. Oh, I don't care about that. Well, if I keep your change, I'm technically stealing from you. My drawer will be over and I will get in trouble as well. So no, that's not how this works. He was like, why is it like this? Well, I was like, there's a change shortage. You work at the bank. You don't know about this? Like, sometimes I hate to be a dick, but like, if I gotta be, I'm gonna be, especially if you're gonna be that blatantly stupid about it. Like no.
Yeah, that's horrible. Sometimes too, like as a customer, you have to be able to like think on your feet. Like, ironically, the same day when there was like an issue with something, I was when I went to Wendy's. I first like pull in the drive-thru, and they're like, "Sorry, it's cash only." And
that happened to me the other day. Their credit cards were down.
Me having a brain, like right now, I don't have cash, but I was like, "Oh, are you still taking app orders?" And she was like, "Oh, let me double check." Talk to her manager or whatever, and she's like, "Yeah, we can still do app orders." I'm like, "All right, I'll be back in a minute." Pulled away, went to a parking spot, made my order. Fucking went back in line. Not even a line. I just went back to the drive-thru.
When it does work out that way, it is fucking amazing. But the entire reason why I went to said store the other day was because I tried placing an app order and the credit card part wasn't working. And I was like, okay, weird. I closed it out. I restarted my phone just in case it had been my phone. And I opened it up and I did it 3 more times, and it would not give me anything to do a credit card. So Stacy had called. This was the first day. Like, so Stacy called. She said that their credit card reader was messed up. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. A couple days later, we decided to try again. And the app was still fucking up. And I was like, you know what? Maybe it's just the app. Maybe there's an issue with it, whatever, and it's just not working. And it happened to be a thing with the credit cards at the store at the same time. So I go to the fucking store and they're like, no, our credit card system's down. I'm like, oh my fucking God. And I don't carry cash. So I had to leave and I went to Arby's instead because it's right across the street. And I was like, man, what Arby's? I shouldn't be eating. Oh, excuse me. I shouldn't be eating that shit anyway, but.
Ironically, like when we went to Wendy's, like we were going to try their new things. So like we 100% wanted them.
That was the thing with us too. Chicken sandwich, the Italian chicken sandwich.
Ironically, they did fuck up the order, and
always.
It was one of those things. Like I didn't necessarily complain. So going actually through the whole story was, we, like I said, get to the drive through, and they're like, yeah, we're only doing card orders, blah blah blah. You know, go around and make the order on the app, and I come back through, and they're like, all right, you know, pull to the next window. And when I get there, they're like, oh, we only have one chicken. The second one's going to take X amount of time. Us wanting to try everything, we're like, yeah, we're fine. Like, we'll wait. Like, all right, just pull forward and, you know, wait. They bring the food out, and they're like, all right, have a good day. And I'm like, we didn't get our drinks. Like, normally, like, routine, they just hand you your drinks. We didn't even get that. Still, not upset. I was just like, hey, like, we didn't get our drinks. And he's like, oh, okay, I was going to double check with that, but I didn't. So then guy ran in, came out with our drinks and everything. I thought everything was fine. We pulled off, and actually we went to go park because we were going to go to Books A Million right afterwards. And we're in the parking lot, and I realize they gave us 2 chicken sandwiches. I ordered a hamburger, the burger version of it, with the fried mozzarella. And I was like, oh, that's why they said they only had one and why it was an issue. I thought it was like, hey, we only have one, and like that's tied with another order right now or something.
Right.
But I was hungry, and granted, I could have went back to that drive-thru and bitch, but I was like, I'm hungry. I want to eat. I'm eating.
I've heard nothing but bad things about the burger version of that sandwich, though.
I'm always willing to try it because like everybody's different.
True.
Like a lot of people could be like, oh, I don't like it. And I could try it and be like, yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, granted, it seems like the chicken sandwich is the like go-to, even just the idea of that sandwich is like, yeah, chicken, hands down. But you're offering it on a burger, like I want to try it. So now I have to go back and try the burger version. But now I have to like not find time to go, but when I want to go there. But this is also like, sadly, we're now at the end of the McRib, RIP.
My location had it until Monday or Tuesday, and I did not get one because I just didn't want one. I was like, I know I'm fucking up real bad by not doing this. It might be the last one I ever have. I had one right before Thanksgiving though, so I made sure I got one. I'll miss it.
The last ones I had it was the day before Thanksgiving. I was editing Pod Van Dam, and they were talking about McRib for a second week in a row. And since like I was off work, I wasn't editing in the middle of the night. I was actually editing, and during the day I was like, fuck it. And I ordered it for delivery. And that got me
I've never done that.
I got me 2 McRibs for delivery. And now like I like that these restaurants are starting to work with, like these big restaurants are working with just straight up with whatever delivery service, which ironically enough, I think Chipotle was like the first. Mm-hmm. And now like I think Taco Bell's doing it directly, McDonald's is doing it directly, and I'm like, good, because number one, when there's a price difference, that sucks. And when the menu's different, to where it's like you order it through the app and like maybe something special that's on the menu right now isn't on that delivery menu, and it's like, what the fuck? That's what I really want. So yeah, I had to get me my last 2.
I don't blame you. Oh,
how are you on the holiday pie?
I've never had it.
Really? Mm-hmm. I never had it until I worked at McDonald's. Like, ironically enough, like we weren't really a big McDonald's household, but it was more like my dad hated McDonald's, and part of his reason, which I kind of get it, he was an appliance repairman in Ravenna, and worked like not that far away from McDonald's. I mean, granted, like it wasn't like next door, but like with, you know, it was in town, and I guess a lot of people would come in with their kids into this appliance shop, and obviously kids don't want to be there. Like, he was my dad. I didn't even really want to be there. So it would be like, oh, you know, if you be good, we'll get you McDonald's. And like, he didn't necessarily like that idea of like, like people always going to McDonald's. Like, I went from time to time, but like, we didn't go like crazy. So I didn't even, like, I don't even think I knew about the eggnog milkshake and the holiday pies till I worked there in, I thought, well, that was the winter, or that particular season was the winter of 2002. So I was 16. Yeah, I worked there from April to December. And ironically enough, like a couple weeks after that is when I quit.
Nice.
But yeah, like, to me, that's like one of my favorites that they have.
I wanted to try this strawberry pie.
Oh, the strawberry and cream pie is good.
And I didn't because I'm dumb. And I also have to make sure that, like, if I eat it, Stacy's not around.
Yeah, because he's allergic.
Yeah. And I don't want it to, like, get on something that he, you know what I mean? Just in case it will leak out the box or whatever. Like, I'm paranoid about shit like that. So. You
should have did it in Pittsburgh.
Try it with that. I barely had enough time to eat when I was in Pittsburgh.
That's
Shit.
true. Yeah.
By the time I got out of work, everything was closed. Like, Pittsburgh, nothing is open late. Like, everything closes at 10 or before, and it's so dumb. Like, I literally had the choice of, like, 3 places to order from, and everything was so expensive. Like, ugh.
Because I'm a little bit like you, but, like, with Amanda, it's not that she's allergic to bananas. She just hates the taste of them. So, like, anytime I want something banana, like, I have to, like, I can't necessarily be around her. I can, and, like, it's not like she's going to die, but, like, she just can't stand it. So, I'm always nice and, like, try to keep it away from her. And it was actually when I just went to Sheetz after AIW, I noticed, because I've known that they got rid of Faygo, and now they have, like, a Sheetz version.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a banana flavored, which isn't a Faygo. And I was like, ooh, I gotta try you.
That's interesting. I'll have to look for that one. 'Cause I like banana flavored things, so.
Do you like banana runts?
I do. Oh my god, they're like my favorite.
I feel like that's really what it tasted like. So if you like banana runts, I think you're gonna like it.
Oh my god, that'll be perfect. 'Cause I can't really eat the runts because they hurt my teeth. If I could have a liquid version, oh, that would be amazeballs. If only there was a Pink Hearts version.
Yeah, I'm not big on runts.
I love runts.
I can't even tell you the last time I had runts. Like, I don't hate them, but they're not. It's just like one of those candies that I'm not like, yeah, I gotta have me some runts. Fuck, now I'm gonna.
The more I think about it, it's like I don't even know where you would buy runts. Like I'm a candy junkie. Like, I'm a fucking sweets junkie, and I love candy. And I buy bags of candy from Walmart and shit. And I'm like racking my brain right now and like looking, like I can picture the candy section. I don't see like that for sale.
I feel like that's a gas station candy.
Even there, like I'm like concerned. Like, dude, I'm gonna have to go out and buy some fucking runts because I can like. The only time I ever really remember eating them is like putting a quarter in the machine and having it fall in my hand.
I can picture the bag. It's like a red bag.
Is it?
Yeah.
Runts Wonka candy.
And it's in like one of those like, you know, gas station. I don't want to say gas station, like convenience store bags. Not even that. It's like, fuck, I don't want to put it like the regular retail version of like candy. Of like almost like a bag shape similar to M&M's. It's not the same kind of bag, but it's like it's the same size.
I'm on the Walmart app right now, and so the top hit for runts on the Walmart app is Reese's Pieces, in the movie theater box, and then Bananarama candy, 1 pound banana runts, banana heads. I click on that. That's a sold and shipped by Beulah's Candyland, so it's a third party. Bottle caps, Wonka nerds. Tootsie Fruit Chews, Nerds, Mike and Ike's. Yeah, that's not a thing that Walmart actually sells. That is crazy.
I just Googled it, and it says
that's what I was about to do.
It says it's at Big Lots. It's in a $1 box. I was thinking bags, but I guess they're probably in boxes now.
The top hit on my phone, maybe it did the same thing for you. I typed in runts, just like runts. And it says, AKA Runts OG, weed strains.
I typed in runts candy.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I should have typed in candy after that because everything is about weed. It's not what I'm interested in at the moment, guys. Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it now. Like what that box looks like. Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing those for sale. Like, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to keep my eyes peeled because now I want some fucking runts.
Yeah, I'm probably thinking of an old school bag that used to be before they like switched to boxes.
Yeah, because they used to come. Everything was in a bag back then. Now with grape and green apple, ooh, delicious.
I wonder, because like I'm not necessarily a huge connoisseur of it like anymore, but like bulk candy, like now
Places don't even do that anymore.
that's what I was saying. Like because of COVID, like the Giant Eagle that I normally go to, which is a market district, like they used to have like a bunch of like bulk candy things, but like as soon as COVID happened, that shit was shut off. And then I forget at what point they took them all out. And now like if you want bulk candy, like you have to buy like pre-made containers of it.
Wow. Yeah, because I'm not much of a Giant Eagle shopper, but whenever I need certain things, and I also love their everything bagel. So every once in a while, I'll stop into our Giant Eagle here. And a couple months ago, they went from franchisee to corporate.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. And so like they redid the store and they had the bulk candy. And because I was surprised to see it. And I was like, oh my God, you can actually get bulk candy? That's insane. I haven't seen this in years. And I would do like, if I had the quarter in my pocket or whatever, they had that little box there and I would put the thing in, I'd get a piece of candy, whatever. And then they did that remodel. And I walked in there to get a bagel one day. I walked over to get my piece of candy and it wasn't fucking there anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I won't get a piece of candy.
There's a bulk candy place not too far from me. I don't think I've been there since COVID.
I don't know if you've ever been there before, but Be a Sweeties in Cleveland.
I know exactly where it's at. I pass the exit for it every day.
Dude, I went there once and that place blew my fucking mind. Like, anything that you can think of, they literally have it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just so blown away. I was like, oh my God, this place is like my heaven. Like,
yeah, I live close to a place called Mr. Bulky's. And like most of the store is just like those bins of, you know, gummies, chocolates, some nuts and all that kind of stuff. Just, you know, make your own bags of stuff.
Right. Do you have Grandpa Joe's near you? That's another new up and oh my God, your tweet.
I did that on purpose.
Gross.
I did that on purpose.
Gross.
Oh, there is one. It's like downtown Cuyahoga Falls.
Okay.
I knew that sounded familiar. I had to look it up.
That place has been popping up left and right, different areas and shit. I've wanted to go there for a while. My uncle went there. There's one back where I used to live, a couple towns over. And he went there and he brought a bunch of shit with him to Thanksgiving. And he was like, here, you like cotton candy, right? I was like, yeah, I fucking love cotton candy. Doesn't tell me that there's warhead powder on it. Just says that it has sour powder on it. Mm-hmm. And I'm game for some sour shit, right? So I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad. And I grab another hunky and it's the last little piece at the bottom where all the sugar is. So I like fucking dip that shit in there, right? Pop that thing in my mouth and regretted every moment because it was just pure warhead.
Ugh.
And my mouth went puckered. I was done, bro. And I took the container because he didn't show me the label. Took the container out of his hand and it had warhead. I was like, son of a bitch, I'm done for. But I want to try more. And now I know not to eat the sugar at the bottom like that.
You turned into the warhead logo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Pretty much. Like, everybody was laughing at me. And Stacy, my mom, my brother, like, all laughing. My uncle was like, oh, is that sour? I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, I gotta stop by there. There's a lot of places like downtown Cuyahoga Falls that we talk about going to, but we never go to. And I think that's one of the places we talk about going to.
I think you guys would like it.
And I definitely gotta go to Be a Sweeties. Like I said, I pass that exit all the time. And I've seen, like, now that I've seen videos of what it looks like inside, I'm like, ooh, that makes me even want to go even more.
Do they show up on your TikTok too?
Yes. I think I only saw it once. I don't think it was their TikTok. I think it was someone going there. So I was like, all right, that's kind of a sign to go.
I get like random, like, oh, come try this place in Cleveland, like a bunch of different those kinds of accounts, and Be a Sweetie showed up on one of those. And then like the actual Be a Sweetie's account showed up on my stuff last week, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I love that place. Like, I want to go back when it's warm to play putt-putt and stuff.
We got to explain to people what that tweet was.
Oh, your disgusting tweet? Yeah. Gross. Honestly, the cups of garlic sauce, which I've never seen Papa John's give out clear cups of garlic sauce. It's weird. But the tweet, I quote tweeted of somebody I follow, and let me be better at Twitter. Pull it up, Jesus. So she posted True Love, and it's just a giant cheese stuffed crust pizza from Papa John's. And I'm not really crazy about Papa John's, but I am a sucker for the Kevin McAllister stuffed crust. Like, it is the ultimate stuffed crust. Fuck Pizza Hut. Fuck Little Caesars. That's the best stuffed crust in the game. But I just love their cheese pizza. And this dipshit quote tweets me and says, needs applesauce. I'm going to throw up just even trying to say your tweet 2 words, and you make me want to puke. Oh my gosh, you and your applesauce.
Funny thing is, like,
pork chops. Pork chops are the only thing that goes with applesauce and cinnamon.
What?
Not pork chops, cinnamon, and applesauce, but like you add cinnamon to the applesauce and you eat it. So like that's combo. But then like the thing that I've never done it, but like when I was growing up, I always heard them say pork chops and applesauce. And I don't know if that's something actually people ate, but to each their own. And if that is something you enjoy, just like I don't kink shame, I won't food shame you unless your food takes are absolutely disgusting. Dalton.
He doesn't listen to this.
Justin.
There's one thing that I like that not everybody likes, and like in my own defense, like the amount that I do that is rare. Like literally the last time I think I did it was like April, probably 2020.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a grip since you talked about doing it.
And like the only reason why I did it because it came back up. I think it was me and Stepsil Sarah talked about it. And because it got brought up again, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I haven't done this in forever. I'm going to do it. And I think the funny thing is when I brought it up on Facebook, there were a lot of people that went to school with me that were like, yeah, like, yeah, we did that. So I'm like, see, it's not just fucking me.
Yeah, that's just your weirdo school, man. I don't understand what you guys did there, but that's coming from me who went to school at a place that had like its own taco salad line. So, I mean,
what?
Yeah, you can either get a burrito or a taco salad every day of the week. Like, it was an option. We had normal food line, and then we had like the specialty food. Like, I went to a poor school, like I'm not even gonna say it. But back home, it was not a great school. I mean, things have improved over time. They've gotten a lot better with things now. And the whole Obama program made a school lunch a change, period. But, like, the one line, if you had free lunch, reduced lunch, whatever lunch, was the normal stuff. And then even with the specialty stuff, you could do free lunch, reduced lunch, whatever the tickets were. Or you could buy it out of pocket, whatever. But so we had these weird orange tortillas. They weren't tomato basil flavored or anything. They were just weird orange tortillas. And we would tell them that we wanted slime, which was the meat, because it looked gross. But shit was fire. Like, I have not had a burrito that has tasted like that since. I don't fucking get it. I don't know what they did to it. Chips and stuff were good. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that taco line just hit different. Did
these orange tortillas, like, did they eventually run for president?
No, but they were that color, though. They were that color. Yeah, and they were big. Like, they weren't, like, tiny tortillas. They were, like...
Oh, if they were him, they'd be tiny tortillas. That's okay.
But, yeah, they were the big boys. Like, they were bigger than Chipotle tortillas. And, like,
wow.
You get, like, a big-ass burrito. Like, shit was good. I'm kind of surprised, but shit was good.
Our thing that we had all the time, because there was, like, your regular lunch changed every day. But our thing that like you could get every single day, whether it was like your main part of your lunch or something you got on the side, was nachos and cheese.
Yep, and that was on that line too, because I don't want to call it the Mexican accoutrement, but like the taco salad, you can get regular nachos, like you can put the cheese sauce in your burrito, like shit was fire, man. And then like sometimes they'd have like the pizza sticks on the other line, like we would have like the normal food, and then like you can buy like little bonus shit, and like the pizza sticks were one of them, and sometimes we'd have popcorn chicken and like little weird shit like that. Kind of makes me miss school food. It's weird though. Where I grew up, we are the only school that I've ever, like, I don't know if other schools in our area also did this, but we're the only school that I know of to ever serve Johnny Marzetti. And if you know what Johnny Marzetti is, holy shit, I love you. It is one of the weirdest pasta meals I've ever had, but it is so fucking good. I have not had it since I graduated. I am an old, so it has been over 20 years, or almost 20 years? Almost 20 years. Jesus. It's almost been 20 years since I graduated high school. I do not like that. But it's such a weird dish, and it was like a specialty at my school that we would have like once every 3 weeks or some shit like that. But Johnny Marzetti was a staple, and if we had it that day, you bet your ass I was eating lunch.
Wasn't he just at Toy Hio?
No. Honestly, I'm waiting for what's his ass Johnny that always changes his last names to do some weird and some pasta related thing, and he ends up being Johnny Marzetti, and I'd shit myself. But
well, we need to make a company named after it so he can automatically come in as Johnny Marzetti.
There's Marzetti's dressings, so he could take over that. Be Johnny Marzetti.
My favorite thing that we did for lunch, and I want to know the secret of how they did it, because I don't think it's anything special, but it was just regular chicken patty sandwich day.
I love chicken patty sandwich day at school.
It was, for us, at least in elementary school, maybe a little bit of middle school. I don't remember it being like this in high school. And granted, which it was the same lunch everywhere, but I think like over like that time, like just kind of like switched it up. But that was always Monday.
Okay.
That was like one reason to look forward to Monday was chicken patty sandwich day. And I was a kid that I always put ketchup on it. Oh,
absolutely. Tons of ketchup, top and bottom.
I never went that far. But nonetheless, like I put a lot on it. And like, oh my, I just remember loving it. And like, yes. I could try to make it at home, but like.
It's not the same.
No. Like, I don't know what, if it's like, it was like a pre-made thing where they just like throw it all in the oven, like pre-made with the bun and everything. I don't fucking know, but like.
I know ours weren't. Because I was in the kitchen, like I would like stop down and like deliver things from like the office and stuff like that. But like I still can't replicate it. Like I don't know what kind of fucking chicken patties they use, but I cannot replicate that shit at all. Air fryer, oven, microwave, and then on a skillet. Like I have tried. I don't know which patties they're using. Like I can't recreate it, man. It's something so simple. Excuse me. You think we'd be able to do it?
Yeah, it missed me a good chicken patty sandwich day. Like, we got spoiled after a certain point where pizza day was actually like delivery. For maybe like up until like some point in third grade, I think it was just regular pizza that they made. And then one week they got like Domino's. Or maybe it was even Papa John's, I can't remember. But we got to a point where like one Friday was Papa John's, and next Friday was Domino's, and next Friday was Papa John's, the next Friday was Domino's. And if you paid $10, I think it was, you could buy a full box.
Oh my God. That's insane. Yeah, we never did anything like that. I wish. Ours was just regular ass school pizza. I loved school pizza though, but ours was just regular ass school pizza. I'm jealous.
And we're the same people that put applesauce in it. But like the reason why we did it is Friday when it was pizza day, they always served applesauce. They always served applesauce. They always served vegetable soup. That was especially big during Lent, because if you had kids who were not eating pizza, right, like that would be their substitute for it. But you could also get it with your pizza. Okay. But I think it might have been just one of those things where maybe it was touching your applesauce and you take a bite and you're like, this isn't too bad. Like for me, like I think like I might have been dared to do it and I did it and I was like, it's pretty good. And to a point where like a lot of people were doing it. And like, I know people are like, it's disgusting, but that almost goes into something I did want to bring up because it came up last week on Twitter. How are you on the milk and Pepsi thing?
Milk? Okay, so look. My stomach is turning even thinking about it. I saw the Lindsay Lohan commercial. I have seen the Cleveland lore. I know Reese had to drink it over the summer or some shit like that. But like, I don't like Pepsi. But even doing it with Coke, I don't. Bleh. No, like I don't think I can do it. Like the only thing I think I would be okay, even remotely okay doing it with, I've seen people talk about getting the orange high C from McDonald's and adding the creamer for the coffee, and it tastes like a creamsicle.
Makes sense,
right? And I'm like, okay, I understand that, but Pepsi and or Coke and milk, get the fuck out of here. Like I don't like milk. I've never been a milk drinker.
Okay.
Even if I was a milk drinker. Nope. That's two different things. One is bubbly. I don't want to drink oh my god, I'm literally going to throw up.
Well,
can't do it. No. Nope.
This isn't changing the subject. We're going to stay with it, but it changes it a little bit. But how are you on floats?
But see, and I almost brought that up when I mentioned the creamsicle. I don't understand because I love root beer floats. I love Coke floats.
I like Hope floats. Wait a minute. No, that's a movie.
I've never actually seen that movie.
I haven't either. I just it came to my head.
But I don't understand because maybe it's because ice cream is thicker and it, you know what I mean? I really can't put my finger on it, but like I will fuck a float up, but that just grosses me out.
I know Pilk. It's not 100% the same. Like I think I had Pilk. It's weird that actually has a name.
Yeah.
Like when I was little. Like, but I don't remember how it was done. Like I got it from my grandfather. I think I had milk and like he had a Pepsi and then I think like he poured it in. But I don't know if it was as a joke or whatever. And I tried it and like I was like, oh, like it's kind of like a float. Like you just think like milk Pepsi, like this is gonna be disgusting. But if you like, it's very close to what ice cream is made from, and you're gonna get some of the same taste ish. Because obviously you're gonna get that closer with creamer, because you know ice cream, creamer. But to me, like it's the same. It's even like I've had root beer milkshakes, and you would think like, oh, root beer milkshake. That doesn't sound good. Well, when you kind of think of it, like it's basically like a root beer float, but it's in a shake form. But instead of calling it like a root beer float shake, it's just a root beer shake. Like, oh, and that shit is fucking good. Like, actually, we just made two for Thanksgiving. We made, and people are gonna be like, how the what? If you don't know the recipe, you're gonna be confused when I say this. We made a root beer float pie.
Weird.
Now, how we make these pies is the key. They're not your traditional baked pie. They're made with pudding.
Okay.
You mix pudding, pudding mix, a certain amount of milk, it depends on the serving, and Cool Whip. And it thickens up to like almost like a pie. And you have to make it it has to be some type of instant pudding. It can't be the cook and serve.
That makes me sick too. Yeah, no, when I make s'mores pies, that's the basis, basically just chocolate pudding.
Well,
so I get that.
We've learned to like, whenever I see a type of instant pudding, like a different kind, I'm like, ooh, that's an experiment. Because when I first met Amanda, and like I went to like first family thing, which I can't remember if it was Easter or Thanksgiving. Like, because Easter we were dating a couple months, but like we were close to a year by Thanksgiving, and she was talking about like vanilla pie, and I'm like, vanilla pie? What? Like there was like, yeah, we have chocolate pie and vanilla pie. And like I didn't understand it, but when I saw it, and then she explained to me how it was made, I'm like, oh, okay. So now, like I said, anytime I see any type of like pudding mix, we got to try. Like we've done a lemon pie like that. We've done, if you like pistachio, we've done pistachio pie. We tried Twinkie because there was like a special Twinkie pudding mix, but we fucked it up and it we didn't buy enough boxes and we didn't realize it. And we like, there was like we had too much powder, too much of the mix. So like, it was too strong and it like tasted horrible. So that was like scrapped. But when I saw that there was a root beer float pudding, I'm like, oh, we got to try this.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we tried it and it was really good. And it was one that like when we made it, like even with putting in the Cool Whip, it wasn't as thick as it should have been, but we threw it in the fridge, you know, it got where it needed to be. So that was that was an awesome thing. But yeah.
Is that a Sonic pudding?
Yes, it is a Sonic pudding.
Okay, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I wanted to try that, and I'm not much of a pudding fan, so like I would have to do something like what you did with it. So that's interesting. I might have to do that. I like making cheesecakes. I'm a big sucker for that. But the s'mores pie was also my go-to for like the longest time. So if you like doing shit like that, that is one of the easiest things that you can do too, because it's literally just chocolate pie and the graham cracker crust.
The graham cracker crust is what we use for all the pies too.
Yeah. And just pour the chocolate pie in that crust and put the marshmallows on top. I would put mine in my air fryer because I have one of the oven style ones. And because back when I first started making this, my oven in Struthers was broke. So like I couldn't broil, I couldn't do anything like that. And I was like, well, I could put it in the air fryer to like brown up the marshmallow. Oh my god, it was to fucking die for. And then I threw it in the freezer for some reason. I don't know why, but I took it out of the freezer the next day and it was the best fucking thing I had ever had. I'm like, oh my god, I'm doing so much. And I put on so much weight that summer.
I think if I would make it, I wouldn't use marshmallows like that. I'd probably use fluff.
I tried using fluff on the small, like I bought the small graham cracker crusts. I don't know if you've seen those before. Like I bought those ones.
Like the single serving?
The little mini guys, yeah. They had them at Walmart or whatever, and I was like, oh, these are cute. I want to try that. And I tried it with the fluff, and it wasn't the same. I love fluff. I will sit there and eat that shit by the spoonful. And it just didn't do the same thing like browning when we put it in the toaster and the air fryer and stuff. It just went real weird on me, and I was sad. Still tasted all right, but like I still prefer the actual marshmallow when I do that. But that root beer float pie, that sounds interesting as fuck.
We also have a white chocolate pudding that we need to experiment with. I'm trying to remember if there's something else in there. Oh, we want to try it with cheesecake pudding too, because we have some cheesecake pudding we just haven't tried yet.
Keto hack is something that I did for Stacy. I saw a thing on Facebook about if you mix Cool Whip and cheesecake pudding, it tastes like cheesecake, but it's like not bad for them. Like it like works with their carbs or whatever. So we tried it, and I don't have like, I swear to God, we're not poor. This sounds horrible. Like our oven was broke in Struthers. We never got it fixed because we knew we were moving. It was like, fuck it, whatever. And our landlord here kind of sucks, and we've never had a working refrigerator, so I don't have an actual freezer. The mini fridges that we have, the freezer space on those don't really do anything. Like they quote unquote freeze stuff, but no, it doesn't. So when I went to go set the Cool Whip in the freezer for like it to set up, after I whipped the living shit out of it, it never did. And so it was like really weird and runny, but like it's a good keto like option, like for people that are trying it. Like if you get I don't like sugar-free anything. I can't do sugar-free anything, but he has to. So like if you do the sugar-free and that, it's like better for you or whatever. But yeah, and I'm just a sucker for a fucking good piece of cheesecake. That if you guys like real cheesecake and shit, I don't know where they sell it at now, but I've only ever bought it at Walmart, and my Walmart has only had it like once in the last 3 months, and it made me sad because I fucking love making these cheesecakes. But I will get a can of blueberry pie filling, this container of pre-made cheesecake mix that Philadelphia makes.
Oh, I remember seeing that stuff before, but it's been a while.
Dude, it's so good. And I would get a graham cracker pie crust. I would go to Aldi for my pie crust, though, because they're cheaper. And I haven't looked there for blueberry pie filling. Maybe I should look there, too, because I feel like Walmart is way too expensive for the pie filling. But I get a can of that, and the last time I made it, I actually mixed the cheesecake mix and the pie filling together to get like a legit blueberry cheesecake, and then I saved some of the pie filling and I put it on top. Holy shitballs. It was so good. But that instant cheesecake mix is probably one of the smartest and greatest things that they've done in a while.
All right, so back to Pilk. But I
stomach
think
was just settling.
I think that it's comparable to ice cream, to a float. It's just like imagine you took a bowl of melted ice cream and put it into whatever drink. Because I'm kind of like you. I don't like Pepsi. I'd rather have Coke. So that with Coke, like having it being like kind of like a Coke float, or
if I would ever try it, I would have to go into it thinking like that, because just thinking about it is just milk and Coke or Pepsi. It just grosses me out. I don't know why, but the thought of a float is okay. So if I just go into it thinking it's a float, maybe I'll like it.
I think the real test would be to get some melted ice cream and put it into root beer, and then do the same thing with milk, and like have them side by side and like taste test them.
Got you. Yeah, maybe I might have to do that. Excuse me.
What's your go-to root beer?
Oh my God, why am I brain farting that hard? Oh my God. A&W, and then Barks, and then Mug. If I have to drink Mug, I will. I'm honestly not much of a root beer drinker. I will drink Barks at work when we're out of Coke or Pib. Mm-hmm. But I'm not much of a root beer drinker, but like sometimes I'm in the mood for them, and then that's what I'll grab, an A&W, because I think that's the better tasting. Mm-hmm. And then Barks isn't bad, but the mug just isn't. I don't know, I feel like it's just not root beer. It's so weird. And I don't like root beer barrels.
It's been a long time since I've had root beer barrels. I loved them as a kid, and I know my taste buds have definitely changed, because I'll get to that in a minute, of something where I used to love root beer and now I hate it. But A&W is hands down my favorite. I keep A&W mix powder in my cupboard, like you can put it into water, and I have that from time to time. It is so good. It is the closest thing to like the actual root beer taste, and it's amazing. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I can't tell the difference. I can tell the difference. But like taste wise, like it is still, for what it is, like made from a bottle of water. Yeah, it's fucking good.
Right.
But A&W number one. If I can get A&W from the restaurant, that's my number one. But I will deal with store bought A&W. Then like you, I'm Barks number two. Like that was my first favorite root beer. Like I remember loving that as a kid, and like I couldn't pronounce Barks, so it's just like, to me, it was just like that gray can root beer, and absolutely loving it. Every so once in a while, instead of getting A&W, I'll get a Barks, and especially too, like I'm now firmly believe that every single one of McDonald's fountain drinks, they're all stronger. It's not just Coke. Everybody always says Coke, and then recently I've heard Sprite and Hi-C. Now I'm saying fucking the root beer too. Barks is stronger there. It's everything.
Oh, I believe that because everything has a bite to it, and they have a triple filtration system or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. So like I wouldn't put it past them to having a special formulation, because like it's weird, but like there's science that goes into all of this shit. Like the Taco Bell menu is paired with the drinks that it's paired with because somebody at Yum is paid to do shit like that. Mm-hmm. Weird. I wish I could do stuff like that. That seems cool as fuck. But like, just a McDonald's Coke just hits different with McDonald's. I can eat it with other food and it doesn't give me the same effect. It's so weird. I don't understand it. But I just, oh my God, I'm weird about textures. Mm-hmm. But the extra fizz I get when I suck the Coke through the straw, like, I don't know, I love it. Like, it's just, it like wakes my taste buds up, and it's just, it's such a rush. If you get drinks at Chipotle, completely different. It's so different. Like, the Coke is not the same. Like, everything is not the same. Like, guarantee you, there's a special formulation for that fucking McCoke, McSprite, McWhatever. Like, guarantee it.
Going back to root beer, kind of like what I was hinting at. After that, like, those are the only 2 root beers I like. I used to kind of like Mug, but it was in the vending machine that I had at a place I worked at. And I would I would mix up what I got, but it got to a point where I remember, like, I can't drink Mug anymore. And as a kid, I loved Dad's root beer. I've had it as an adult in bottle form and in a drink packet form. Fucking garbage. I hate Dad's root beer.
I haven't had a Dad's root. I couldn't even tell you where, you know, I can tell you where they sell it, because the only place I've ever seen it in the last like 5 to 7 years has been Big Lots. So
Big Lots has them. World Market has them.
I don't even know what that is.
It's I want to describe it as like a specialty kind of store. I mean, there's a lot of like special like furniture there, but they have like a food section, and it's a lot of like import food and like food you can't necessarily find everywhere.
Okay, I got
so
you.
like Dad's root beer is like perfect to find there, and the drink mix there was. Walmart used to carry A&W, and then out of nowhere, or even though I think it was Giant Eagle that carried A&W, but then out of nowhere they switched to Dad's, and I was just like, oh, it might be just a marketing thing, you know, same thing. Oh no, it's not.
No.
Like, I think A&W, they add a little bit of vanilla to it, which gives it its nice taste. And there is no vanilla in this root beer, and maybe there's something else there, but nope.
I think that's like one of the main reasons why I like A&W so much. That and their cream soda.
The old people drink.
Yeah, the old people drink. I fucking love cream soda. Cream soda, ginger ale. Give me all that old people shit.
People were fighting that, and it's like, no, like you're just older now. Like, it's okay to like quote old people things. We're older. You
know what my favorite old people thing is? And I've loved it since I was a kid.
What?
Have you ever seen the old-fashioned shredded wheat? Like the big brick?
Oh, God.
I fucking love that shit. And they didn't sell it for the longest time. Like, it was not on the shelves, like, for 2 or 3 years, maybe even longer. But I happened to be at Walmart a couple months ago, and I was roaming through the cereal aisle, and I looked down, and it was on the bottom shelf, and I almost had a heart attack mid-aisle. It's like, oh my God, I don't care if this is $4 I'm fucking buying it, and I'm eating the entire box. So I went home and I ate half the box. Got sick because I can't really eat milk, and I did. But no, I love it. I have to put sugar on it. Don't think I'm not putting sugar on it, but I love shit like that. Like shredded wheat, puffed rice, puffed wheat, all that stuff. That is my jam. Cheerios, give me all the old people snacks. Except for circus peanuts, Derek. Those are disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not big on circus peanuts. I'm not big on black licorice, even though I grew up loving Jägermeister, but having actual black licorice, no. And
no, Good and Plenty. Good and Plenty's are fucking foul because they're black licorice.
Yeah. And fuck candy corn.
Bro, what?
Yeah,
no way.
No
candy corn is amazing. All right, more for me then.
Well, that's fine.
All you candy corn haters can send your candy corn to me.
That's fine.
Right.
That's fine because they were all made in 1917.
No, that's candy hearts. Candy hearts were made in 1917 and first we're somehow still eating them 100 years later.
Louis Bilek has a whole bit on candy corn, and I love it. Like, talks about how, candy corn has been around for so long, but yet you've never seen a candy corn commercial.
Holy shit. That is so true.
And his explanation why it's still around is because every year people buy it, realize how shitty it is, they throw it out, and then there's minions that go out and retrieve them from your trash. They wash them, and they resell them the next year.
Bro, I swear to God, some of the shit that Walmart had pulled out earlier this year was last year's shit. Like, I swear on my life, bags were solid.
I believe it.
It was like as solid as those circus peanuts that Derek got at the show. Rock solid. And speaking of, those are banana flavored. I don't like those. It's like the one banana flavored thing I do not like.
I think I've had them once, and I was just like, whatever. Like, I don't get it.
When I was little, my mom's then boyfriend, his mom, absolutely loved them. She would have bowls of them like scattered throughout her house, like little candy dishes and shit. Oh my God, I just remember picking one up one day and eating it, and I was like, oh my God, why did I just put this grossly flavored packing peanut in my mouth? Like, this is so gross. And years went by. Within probably the last 3 or 4 years of me finding out that Derek likes circus peanuts, I went to the Dollar Tree, and they have these banana gummies. They have like sugar on them or whatever, but they're little bananas, and they are fantastic. I love those things. And the Dollar Tree is the only place I've ever found them. Then when I learned that they were banana flavored and Derek said he liked them, blah, blah, I was like, you know what? I'll try the circus peanuts because I like banana flavored things. Bought a bag, popped one in my mouth, instantly spit it out and said, nope. Nope, not happening. Can't like them. And it's like the only banana flavored thing I don't like.
Yeah. There's things worse out there though, like wax bottles or
love. Name your worst.
Oh, candy dots, hands down.
I love candy dots, and not Jim Cornette, but I love candy dots.
I like dots, but I do not like candy dots.
Yeah, I'd rather eat the paper. I like those. I'm indifferent on dots. I like the flavor. I don't like how they get stuck to my teeth.
Understandable.
That's a thing that freaks me out. And I love weird, sticky, gummy shit like that. And dots is the only candy of that nature that freaks me out like that. But I like the flavor of them. I actually like the yellow ones. Like, not a lot of people like the lemon flavored anything. I love the yellow one. I kind of wanted to try the ghost ones they had for Halloween, but
I can't remember if I've had the ghost ones. I've had a number of different versions. I mean, I like all the dots. Like, that's my, well, I don't want to get into it, but that's kind of like one of my favorite candies ever. Mm-hmm. It's been I went on a kick of like getting it a lot. It's been a while since I've had some, so I gotta go and buy them. And especially too, like the big boxes are still $1. Mm-hmm. Like that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, anything that comes in those little candy boxes for the movie theater and stuff that you can get at Dollar General and shit now, those are sometimes some of the best deals.
You know, we've been on here for a while, so let's get into some of the phone calls we have.
Oh, phone calls. I didn't even know if we had any because we were just bullshitting about food. I'm like, did nobody call in? Like, oh. It's a good thing I start at 10:30 tomorrow.
Well, I did make a mistake of like not really promoting this until the last fucking minute. Cause like
last night.
Yeah, my bad. I have a bad problem of being like, I need to get this done, but it's like when I'm doing something else when I can't do that. And I'm like, all right, I'll get it later. And I got to a point of like last night, I'm like, fuck, I need to promote that, or like we're gonna have nothing.
Yeah, it's just gonna be us shooting the shit.
But we got 3. I did reach out to Ed to try to get him on, but I think I got him after he went to bed. So sorry about that.
That's okay.
But we'll start with JB, not Bishop, the other JB.
Yeah, the other JB.
Hey Pam, hey Summers. This is JB, aka the other JB from the Pod Van Dam voicemail line. So we're talking about food this week. What is the one type of food or bit of ingredients for food that you always keep in the house that you might not eat all the time, but you always make sure you have at the house? Mine's pierogies. Very quick, easy to make, and you know, they're a bit of a comfort food. Already, it's nice whenever I see y'all at AIW events. Hopefully I'll see y'all at the Odeon in a couple weeks. All right, so yeah, always make sure you have it at the house.
Nope, that's my soundboard being fucked up where it likes to repeat shit. Never mind.
You're good.
Anyway, thanks JB, other JB. For me, ironically, we had it for dinner last night. I always try to keep stuff for spaghetti in the house. Outside of, I like to put ground beef in my sauce. Mm-hmm. But, because like that, I'd rather like buy fresh, like right around the time I'm making. But other than that, I keep spaghetti sauce. I keep a couple boxes of noodles just because like when it comes around, like those ingredients are cheap. So like having them in the house is fine. And like they take a while for a lot of them to go back, especially the noodles. So when it's time to be like, oh, like let's save some money or like, let's have some spaghetti. The only things I need to buy are ground beef. And depending if we don't have it already, is garlic bread. So like that is something like I try to make sure we have around the house. And then ironically goes with this week too, but I stopped. I haven't done it this year. I haven't say I stopped doing it. I just necessarily didn't do it this year. When we get to like fall, I try to buy my main ingredients for chili. And ironically, I made that this evening or made it today. And we, the only thing I would need is ground beef. Other than that, like obviously the dry ingredients, like those I keep in the cupboard, and then the cans are, I can go to Aldi, spend $10 and be stocked up for a while. So
yeah,
those are two that I like to keep. I've been slipping on the chili one, but with winter like really about to hit us, within the next month or so, I'm probably gonna stock up on that stuff for now.
Yeah, so funnily enough, and believe it or not, I'm actually half Italian. I know you guys can't really tell by looking at me, but my mom is 100% Italian, and I grew up feeding my face with pasta. Even with Stacy on his diet, we have figured out a company that makes like keto-friendly pastas. So when our Giant Eagle did that switchover I was telling you about, they actually got rid of it. And when they did, they marked it all down to $1 a bag. And I bought all 20 bags of it because it was keeping for like, I think this time next year is the expiration date on it or some shit like that. So like I always try to have pasta and sauce. And like I've got a jar of cheese in the fridge. There's usually a bag of mozzarella in there if I have a bug up my ass and I want shredded cheese instead. We don't really eat a lot of bread anymore with it because of his diet. But if I do want like a bread with it, I'll buy a bag of garlic knots or something like that Walmart has. But for the most part, that's so funny. Like it's just my go-to. It's always been like a comfort food for me growing up. I used to be a lot bigger than I am now too. I would constantly just eat pasta. Like I would come home from work and make pasta. It's something quick. It's something easy. Sauce stays fresh for like a week if you don't use all of it. You know what I mean? That there's just ways to work it. And if I do want to meat, sometimes I'll do ground meat with it. And I'll buy it like beforehand. I don't try to keep that in my fridge because I also don't have a lot of room. But another item that we usually have here is chicken, because that motherfucker eats so much fucking chicken. It's unreal. Like I'm keeping Walmart and Aldi in business with all the chicken that I'm buying. But yeah, pasta, sauce, chicken. Those are my three main parts, but I always have like my spices and stuff. Like I'm a fiend. Like I am not a white person that neglects spice. I run through more paprika, garlic, and onion powders. I'm buying new ones at least once every 2 weeks. Like, it's insane. So I always try to keep some, like, it's almost the thing, like, if I go to Walmart, I just buy one because of how much that I'm using. Like, just make sure I have it on hand because I don't know if I'm going to run out. Can't run out while I'm making my food. So, yeah. And I don't know if you guys spot the Aldi deals at all, but like when they have their their holiday pastas, I usually wait until after the holiday and then they mark them down to like 75 cents a bag or some shit, and I'll buy a handful of bags, and I've got pasta to last, like for me, for a while. Like right now I have 4 bags of Halloween pasta sitting in my cabinet because I bought it all whenever it went on clearance. So yeah, I love that it's the Italian food staple that we tend to keep in our households. I like that he likes pierogies. Pierogies are fire, though. I like the pierogies. I can't have them here because I don't really have a freezer. I
like pierogies, and especially with Amanda being Polish. Like there's definitely like a love for pierogies, but there was a time that like we had pierogies like a lot. Like it wasn't like an everyday type thing, but like maybe once a week or every 2 weeks, to a point like we were kind of tired of them.
Burnout.
We have not had I don't think we've had pierogi since our wedding
Oh wow.
because we had it as part of our reception, part of the meal. So I think I had those. I think they were pretty good, but I don't. Maybe we've had them once since then, but like I don't know. We're probably just staying away from a while, and then eventually like we'll come back to them.
Right. Yeah, another reason why I think pasta is like the only thing that I can keep here and it be okay is because my appetite is so shit that I never know what I want until I am like dying of hunger. Like, and I'm very picky anymore. And I'm not a picky eater, but it just seems like I only want to make homemade Chinese, which is fire. I've been on a breakfast burrito kick, chili kick, my homemade soup. Oh my God, my chicken noodle soup. I made a TikTok about it. It's fantastic. There's just so many like staples that I do like that I'm afraid that I'm gonna end up burning myself out on, and it fucking makes me so scared. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna wake up one day and I'm just not gonna be able to eat homemade Chinese. Or like, I actually at one point had ordered that McAllister from Papa John's so much that I stopped ordering it because I abused it. And now I'm on a cheese sticks kick from there. So if I order Papa John's, I get a cheese stick.
Oh, that's our go-to when we order Papa John's. We always get the extra large with pepperoni and mushrooms because that's our favorite toppings. And then
mushrooms.
Yeah, I'm so happy Amanda likes them because my ex that I dated before her, she hated mushrooms. So like we could never get them on a pizza together.
Stacy's allergic. I never get to have mushrooms on my pizza. Sad face.
So
unless it's my own.
Yeah, I feel your pain, but we get that as ours together, and then we get the cheese sticks for a second part. Sometimes we'll get wings too, but like that's like our 1-2 punch, and then she will eat more of the cheese sticks, and then I will eat more of the pizza. So like normally instead of eating like half of each, it's like sometimes I can get close to like 75% of the pizza. Like there was the last time we got it, like I was so hungry, and I just sat there and like scarfed down all this pizza. Because there is something about coming home on a Friday, we get pizza and like we watch a movie. Like it's a part nostalgia thing, but there's also just this like pizza and movies just flat out go together.
Right.
All right. Thanks, JB. Let's move on to our next caller. We got Zach.
Hey, Wrestling Cheers. Zach here, giving you a call for my food question. Always my favorite when you and Pam talk about food. So here's my question for you two, or maybe request. Match up wing sauces to wrestle, right? Who's a garlic parm? Who's a medium? Who's teriyaki? I don't know all the wing sauces, but you guys will figure that part out. All right. Have a good night. Thanks, Wrestling Cheers. Bye.
Oh my God, that's so difficult. Why would you do that to us? Especially on the spot. That's something I've got to put thought into. Oh man.
The first one that comes to my mind, because I like barbecue, I think Vance Warner.
I could see that. Something spicy would be Kaplan because of the jerky. Probably give him like a buffalo.
That's what I was thinking, buffalo.
JB would be a mild version. He's an intense wrestler, but his baby palate, he wouldn't be able to handle it. So I think I'd have to go a light sauce for Old Bishop there. Like a mild buffalo from Pizza Hut. That would be the JB flavor. Who would garlic parm be?
That's a tough one.
Somebody with some razzle dazzle, because you've got like elements to there. There's like the garlic, the Parmesan cheese, the sauce.
Let's go Chase Oliver.
I could see that. Saucy. It's got all the part. Yeah, I got that. What do you think like Mikey would be?
I think he's got a little spice to him.
What about spicy garlic?
Oh yeah, spicy garlic is a good one.
Let's think it like a sriracha something for Derek.
Oh God, yes. He's sriracha, hands down.
Oh man, this is so. Oh, now
I know what this sentence is going to sound like, but I know that's not necessarily what I mean, and I have explanation. Ziggy's hot.
It's because she's spicy.
But I felt like Ziggy and Derek should be like something like close to each other. So let's put, we put Derek as sriracha. So like Siggy has to be hot sauce.
Yeah, she's a straight up hot sauce for sure.
Frank's Red Hot.
I was just gonna say Frank's. We put that shit on everything. I love that slogan. Oh, fart. Who else we have? Eric. What would Eric be? I already did Mikey, so.
At this point, like, I need sauces too. And that's the thing, like.
Yeah. Let's bring up some wing sauces, because I guess we got some rubs too that we could, like, some Jamaican jerk or.
I think. Oh.
I'm automatically pinning that on Joss.
Yeah, thank you, because I was like, oh, like, that's.
Wing flavors. Let's see here. Yeah, Joss's whole gimmick was with the flat. Yep, nope. You get the Jamaican. All right, 30 best chicken wing recipes that are finger licking good from the Pioneer Woman. That's not what I wanted. Maybe it was. Okay, garlic parm. Got it. Lemon pepper.
Oh, lemon pepper.
Bright and peppery with a mildly spicy kick.
Kind of want to say Broner.
Think of him as a lemon pepper? I could see that. This is all bougie ass shit. Oyster sauce, baked chicken. What the fuck? Honey barbecue.
Let's say that's Eric.
A little sweet. Yeah, a little sweet, a little spicy. Yeah, we'll give that one to Eric. Dill pickle chicken wings. That's something I'd be in for. That's not real flavor. Honey garlic jerk chicken wings.
Who's ranch?
I was hoping that we would skip over that one.
Well, I actually thought of someone earlier for that one, but I didn't say it. And that was Manders. But
the rancher farmhand.
But I kind of got a better one. The ranch dressing is the Duke.
Oh my god. See, but okay, so love to hate him. I hate ranch though. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You don't love to hate ranch dressing because, like, you do a lot.
I hate ranch dressing. Like, there's no love there. I like the Duke though, so it's like kind of weird that I would pair him up with. Yeah, but if that's what you think, then yeah, I don't know who ranch would be for me if I had to pick one. Yeah, why am I not getting baked peri? What the fuck kind of? Oh, I should have known better because it was Pioneer Woman.
I just typed in wing sauces and now I'm on Google Images. So
I typed in wing flavors. Maybe that's what I should have did was sauces. Or I'd go to Wingstop. Wingstop, taste the delicious Wingstop sauce flavors.
Who is a medium?
That's Colin.
Okay.
Or Cheech.
Okay. I like To Infinity and Beyond.
Yeah, we'll pair it like that. What about Atomic? Who would Atomic be? Matt Justice?
Matt Cardona.
Fuck off.
No, Matt Cardona.
That would be mild. Hawaiian. Plain.
See,
plain. Matt Cardona's the plain. Yeah, they don't actually have a lot of wing flavors there like I thought they did. Cajun, spicy Korean, Louisiana, garlic parm, Hawaiian, plain, mango habanero, barbecue lemon pepper, hot. Wow. I guess there's not really a lot of wing sauces, but like the main ones we have covered. If you guys think of anything else that we missed and you think that there's somebody that you would be paired with it too, go ahead and shout, send us a tweet and yeah, further discourse will go on from there.
You can buy Hooters wing sauce.
No shit.
Yeah.
I knew you could do Quaker steak, but I didn't know that you could buy Hooters wing sauce. I used to love going to Hooters for wings.
I went there for, well, I can't say I went there for wings once. I went there once, had wings. Wasn't a fan, but mainly it's because they use like full wings.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, not really a fan.
I used to live in Southern Maryland, and there was Hooters in Waldorf, and we would go there for like birthdays and shit like that. Man, I should have realized I was gay back then. I was looking. I should have known. But like we would go there I was pervert. Like we would objectify the girls, and I know that sounds terrible now because I know better. But like, yeah, Hooters was always a fun time. And then when I went there at Vegas, I like could barely even eat the wings that I had because they were so gross. I'm like, hate it.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Pleasant Hooters.
Name that movie. People on the internet.
I was about to say, me? Like,
yeah, I know you know it, obviously.
One of the ex-girlfriends I had at Grant, I was like middle school. This sounds so bad because I'm saying as a 30-some-year-old adult, but we dated 8th grade year and freshman year, and like for 8th grade, pretty big tits. And a friend of mine just would go, Hooters, Hooters, Hooters.
I love that. Oh my God, I love that.
I can quote the fuck. I can legit quote the fuck out of that movie. It's been a while since I watched it. I need to sit down and rewatch it.
You and me both. Like, that is one of my top 10 can quote front to back movies, and it's disgusting. It is so foul at how I can quote that movie. That and Liar Liar. Like,
oh yeah.
My God.
Did you go back and watch it last week?
I did not. I need to. I need to watch that. I need to watch the other one. I need to watch so many things just for nostalgia purposes at this point, because I'm like, oh, I love it. So many quotes. But when I do watch them, you better believe I'm sitting there and I'm quoting the entire movie on Twitter, like as much of it as I can.
All right, and on to our last caller, and he packs a lot in here to the point of I know I have to write them down. But no green button for Ed, but we do have a purple button. That's just how it lined up on the board. We have Butters.
Oh no.
Hey, Butters. Just want to give you a call and ask some questions for this food edition of Wrestling Cheers. So here they are. What is the most overpriced movie item that you always have to have when you go to the movies? And are you a fan of sneaking stuff in? Have you ever snuck in some Taco Bell or some Burger King? Any fun stories with that would be cool. The last time I went to the movies, I got really baked and I had a slushie, and it was a good time. Slushie's my go-to at the movie theater. I always have to have a slushie, no matter how overpriced it is. Also, are you a right Twix person or a left Twix person? And gas station food. I'm sure you're going to talk lots about that. So give
one thing we
me
didn't talk about.
your favorite drink from a gas station that's like a mix that they have to do behind the counter, not something that you can normally, just get from the freezer. So that'd be a good one. That's all I got. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hopefully I'll see you at AIW before the new year if I decide to go. Talk to you later. Bye. No matter how overpriced.
Fucking soundboard trying to double up on shit. Anyway, he gave us 4 questions. Let's go from the bottom to the top, only because like gas station drinks that they have to make behind the counter, and I kind of like referring to like sheets and everything. I never order those.
Really? Oh my God. I love them. Oh my God.
I am a go to the cooler and get a drink person. And if I'm ordering something up there, I'm getting like food. I'm not getting drinks.
Yeah, I'm so excited that he asked this now because I fucking love that shit. Like, I'm a sucker for a Sheetz mixed drink or something from Get-Go. My preferred is Sheetz. If I get a milkshake, I get a chocolate milkshake with black raspberry squirt pumped into it with cream on top. Sometimes if I'm feeling froggy, I'll get one of the fancier ones that has the Oreos and shit mixed into it. I can't really drink the Chunkies, so what's the point? I tried the Cowtails one because I love caramel stuff. I wasn't crazy about that one, kind of made me sad. But then they also do smoothies and stuff too, and they had this watermelon strawberry pucker something or other, non-alcoholic. It just had the pucker name. But that was really good. Like, I was a big fan of that. And I also like their cappuccinos and stuff in the winter. Like, if we're coming home from AIW cold out, I'll get one of the actual, coffee drinks from back there instead of, out in the lobby cappuccino, because I like the foam. But, yeah, I love Sheetz drinks. That's my shit right there. And then if I'm, at Get-Go or whatever, I'll get, they used to have a protein smoothie. That was my jam when I worked in Canfield, because I would walk next door and get one every day when I went on break. And it was a chocolate peanut butter banana protein smoothie. And oh my God, it was the absolute best thing their peanut butter stuff, they use PB2, which is the powdered peanut butter. And it just, I'm not a real big fan of peanut butter, but the flavor of it it still overpowers everything, but it in a good way. And I actually don't mind the flavor of that peanut butter. I will fuck one of those up, but they don't make them anymore, and it makes me sad. But yeah, I love mixed drinks like that from back there. Great question.
Left Twix or right Twix?
I can't remember off the top of my head which one it is, but whatever one has the more caramel, I think. And they're also getting rid of that campaign. So,
oh, thank God.
Sucks. Yeah.
I hate that campaign.
So it was weird because the reason why I brought it up is the TikTok. I watched this girl cut 2 of them open, and like she tested multiple ones, and the right Twix had more in each one. And so this other girl stitched her. I just watched this one the other night. I showed it to Stacy, and this girl stitched her with like the Halloween one, left and right. You know, smaller version, but it's still a Twix. And it was the same fucking thing. Like, there was still more caramel in the right Twix than there was the left. And I was like, holy fucking shit, that's so crazy. So now I went, like, right after I saw that video, I went to, like, Circle K or some shit like that. And I looked at the Twix package, and none of them said right or left. It was just Twix. And then they aired that new commercial where the twins are in the woods, and they're like, it doesn't matter side. They're both going to be the same, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my God, no, they're not. No, they're not. They're 2 totally different things, I swear. How about you, right or left?
I don't have a preference.
Do you like Twix?
I do like Twix. I could never taste the difference. So like,
Got you.
I thought it was just literally a gimmick campaign. Like, oh, which one do you like better, left or right? Haha, they're both the same. The thing that, for me, about Twix, I have a love-hate relationship with them. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that they brought back my favorite Twix of all time.
The cookies and cream one?
Yes. Those
are so good.
That was my first Twix. Like, the first one I ever tried was cookies and cream. And then, like, a few years after that, they discontinued them. And I was like, motherfucker. So then I had to get used to caramel and peanut butter. My hate relationship with them is yes, the fact that they got rid of the fucking peanut butter ones.
I was going to say, yeah, they don't even make the peanut butter ones anymore. And I didn't even realize that until Stacy one night was like, hey, this was pre-diet. So this was a while ago. But he was like, hey, when you go, like, see if they still have peanut butter Twix. I haven't had one in forever. Because he likes peanut butter stuff. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I looked, and they had, like, the regular ones, the cookie ones. I think they had introduced salted caramel at that time or something. And I was like, oh my God, they literally don't make a peanut butter Twix anymore. Like, that's insane.
I think cookies and cream, like, took its spot. And then you got to remember, too, like, when we were growing up, there was peanut butter Twix, and then I think they got rid of it, and then there was, like, peanut butter 2 Twix, where I think the only difference between them is the cookie. I think originally it was a regular cookie, and then when they brought it back, it was a chocolate cookie.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because I think right after we got cookies and cream Twix, and I was like, I had a bunch of those, I was like, all right, it's been a little while, like, let me go peanut butter. And then I looked, no fucking peanut butter. And it's almost, that reminds me of the same shit of, I used to love, and I think I'm in a huge minority, I loved Butterfinger cups. Like,
I don't think I ever had the cup.
I thought they were better than Reese cups.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had a Butterfinger cup. Now, Butterfinger BB, they need to bring them bitches back. I love those.
The problem with it is Butterfinger sold the company 2016, 2017. And when they did, do you remember when the recipe changed?
Yeah.
That's when it sold.
Got you.
The new company had the new recipe. And with it, like, they didn't do cups anymore, and a handful of other things, but I miss the cups so much.
Yeah, I never had that.
Okay, sneaking stuff into the movie theater, how are you on that?
I'm very pro sneaking stuff into the movie theater because I'm not necessarily poor. I portray myself as being poor, but I grew up poor. And when we would go to the movie theater up the street from where I lived, it was in a plaza with a Dollar General. And I always carried a big purse. I've always carried a big purse, like, my entire life up until recently. And we would go down to Dollar General, load up on candy and get pop and stuff, whatever would fit in my bag, and then go to the movie theater. And we did that all the time. Absolutely loved it. If I can get away with it now, I still do it now too. But since I carry a fanny pack, it's kind of harder to shove shit in there. But like if I've got a hoodie or a coat on, I'll carry some shit in. I never brought in like food like Taco Bell, Burger King, or anything like that. It had always just been snacks, because I would get the movie theater size snacks from down at Dollar General and then go in. Because like why am I paying what they want when I can literally get it for, y'all get my money elsewhere. Sometimes one of us will buy a popcorn or something, like, but no. But now, like, if to go into the other question, if we go, like, I don't really, if I do get candy, I'll get like a thing from there. I'm not huge on bringing stuff with me to the movies anymore, because I feel like I'm being inconsiderate when I'm sitting there trying to open up a bag or a box or whatever. It just eats at me for being rude. So I'll maybe get something from the stand. I might eat some of Stacy's popcorn if he gets popcorn. But yeah, I just mainly go, and if I get anything, my staple is a drink, because if I get a slushie, I just don't like the way they sit with me sometimes. But yeah, so that's my staple. It's just getting a Coke with light ice for the most part when I go to. Oh shit. How about for you? Have you ever snuck anything in or did anything like that?
Oh, I've snuck a lot of stuff in, but to go to my go-to, it's a Coke Icy with also cherry. So I get basically a cherry Coke Icy. It's like, I can't tell you the last time I went to a movie theater and didn't get one. When Cinemark was doing refillable cups, like they had ones that you could buy at the beginning of the year or even like at the end of the previous year, and they would last all throughout the next year, and you got refills at like a discounted price.
Right.
That was my go-to, and then I would, like, it was almost always icy, whether it be just a Coke Icy or the cherry Coke Icy. So
right, because that's the move right there. Like that refillable cup, I remember that shit. That was the move.
That was one of the things that COVID took away that I'll never get back. And what sucks is, like, I bought one. I think we still have them for 2020, and I think we used it once or twice before everything shut down. Or, well, in the year, because I think we bought them. I think they are definitely are for sale in like December.
Got you.
So
like Christmas time stuff.
Yeah. Or even just like the beginning of December, because they know like people are going to want to have it before the 1st. So whenever it was, like, we bought it, I know we use it at least once, maybe even twice. So yeah, that's the one thing that COVID took away from me that I'm probably never getting back. Because even at this point, like, they still say like they don't do refills. It's like, motherfuckers. Like, if you're not doing refills, you ain't bringing those cups back.
Yeah.
As far as comes to sneaking in food, I do try to support the movie theater. This has probably been one of my worst years of going, where I have not gone nearly as much. But I try to buy stuff because I know that's where they really get the most of their money from. Unless you're watching a movie really late into its run. If you're going within that first 2 weeks, fucking movie theaters aren't getting that much from your ticket. So to get something, I always have to try to buy something. But like, one of my things that kind of like helps me towards, like, I'm going to sneak this candy in because Cinemark does not sell it. And that, ironically, we talked about it earlier, is Dots. That's my like go-to movie snack. I haven't done it in a little while, but hey, it's like, you don't sell it, I want it, shouldn't be an issue. My go-to lately on that, though, and it all started about a year ago, was like actually when the Batman came out, is ironically enough Milk Duds. And that's because local radio guy that I listen to, he talked about like that was like his favorite movie snack, and I'm like, that's like, ironically enough, like, I'm like, that's an old people thing.
I love Milk Duds.
But in fairness, I was like, you know what? I haven't done it in a while. Let me try it. For me, I have to like put them in my pocket until like early in the movie, like let my body heat warm them up. Yeah. And like melt them a little bit. Like, not to where it's like, oh my God, they're messy, but like it softens them, and oh my God, they are fucking amazing.
Oh no, I totally get that. I absolutely get that, because sometimes they're rock solid, and you need to do that. But you know who is a very close comparison to a Milk Dud? Junior Caramel.
Okay, yeah.
I happened to buy them. There's this little gas station next to this pizza place in the town Stacy grew up in that we get pizza at once in a blue moon. But I'll stop in there to get like little weird snacks because he sells little weird snacks from like when I grew up. So I was in there one day and he happened to have the Junior Caramels and I was like, oh my God, like I have never had these. This is going to be fire. Wasn't even thinking about it and just popped it into my mouth, bit down, and it was rock solid.
Ow.
And I'm like, no. I thought because you know my teeth shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally thought I broke another tooth. I was in so much pain. And I'm like, oh my God, is everything still there? Do I still have what I have left? Like, I was so much pain. And so I like popped it underneath my leg, like in between my leg and the seat, like warmed them up a little bit, got them softer. Like, I love a caramel chocolate combo like that, like a Rolo, Milk Dud, Reason, getting into old people candy. Reasons, I love Reasons. Just had some recently. Dollar General sells them for $1. The chocolate and caramel Werthers, if you can find them, those are fire. The Softy Boys, oh, I love those. Oh shit. But yeah, like I'm a good caramel chocolate combo like that, and I found a package of Junior Caramels at Walgreens like a couple weeks after that, and I like grabbed the box and I like squoze the box from the outside. I'm like, all right, are these soft or are these hard? And it like instantly squished. So I bought them and oh my God, that was quite the experience. So good. God, and now I want some.
Other stuff I've snuck in, ironically enough, going back to another story when I talked about I went to Chipotle in North Canton and got 50% off. I believe that was one of the times we snuck in Chipotle.
Oh my God. I could never.
I have done that. I've done that numerous times. And I'll tell you, like, sneaking one of those in, like, oh, it's good. like, especially if you're, like, really hungry. And I still think I went and, you know, like, bought, like, an icy and everything. But, yeah, we did that recently, too. And I can't remember what movie we went to go see. Like, it was this year. Part of me wanted to say it was The Batman. I'm like, no, because that's when I had Milk Duds. So it wasn't that one. But it was something like that. And, like, yeah, it was amazing. The one time that I regret sneaking in food, I didn't get caught, but I was in the premise of like, kind of like, yeah, you know, you sneak in the food and, you know, like once the movie starts, at times, like you can make a little bit of noise and be fine. Like make sure it's like a loud part to where people they can't fucking hear you. The movie we went to go see was called, I believe it was called The Quiet Place.
I was just going to say, did you go see The Quiet Place?
And we got gyros from Arby's.
Oh my God.
And like trying to find places in that movie early on where I could like open up the gyro was intense.
That's so funny, dude. Oh my God.
But oh yeah.
See, and that's why I don't do shit like that because oh my God, no, I would not be able to control myself. I'd be laughing way too much.
Like I didn't think it was going to be that quiet. Oh no, like it's quiet. Like if you ever go into if you would watch it in the movie theater, like if you watch it at home, it's different. Basically, movie theaters are soundproof rooms. They're supposed to be. Have you ever been into a soundproof room where there was no noise, like being made?
Oh, that's weird. No.
Well, like I
never saw that movie, so.
Oh, like you hear everything. You hear people around you eating popcorn. You hear people around you like going for a drink, and let's say they move their straw and it makes that noise on the lid. And I've heard people say like, oh, that would, you're probably about to say it's going to drive you nuts. Like, it's one of the things I definitely didn't get mad because I have a pet peeve of going to movie theaters and like people are like loud and on their phone, but it was like, it's no one's fault. Like the same place that sold you a ticket sold you drinks and a popcorn to this movie. So like, that's part of the experience. Like I was the asshole that brought in fucking gyros and tried to eat that shit.
That is so funny.
When we went to go see part 2, we did not bring that in. I remember the movie that we went to go see that we brought Chipotle. It was Doctor Strange. And it was, I thought it was a Marvel movie or a comic book movie. I couldn't remember which one. If it wasn't Doctor Strange, No, he was Doctor Strange. I was going to say it was Spider-Man. No, it might have been Spider-Man. Maybe it was Spider-Man. Anyway, it was good, but it was not made by you. But I think that's the main stuff I've snuck in. I've stuck in like certain candy. When I was like really poor, I would always sneak in a bottle of water and some sort of like mixed packet. I used to do Kool-Aid for a long time, which I don't even know if they sell those anymore. Like the single serving Kool-Aid packets. So that was my way to go into the movie theater and like not spend any money other than obviously the ticket.
Right.
So yeah, that's been our food episode. Once again, I had an episode with someone at a household, and as of recording time, because there's going to be silence and everything taking out, we are over 2 hours.
Oh my god! Of course, always. We can never not.
I was hoping for only an hour, but you know, you get into conversations, and next thing you know, like 20 minutes has like gone by, and it's like, oh fuck.
Hey, did you do something to the Wrestling Cheers episode? That's weird. Okay, no, it works. I just went to go open my podcast and it said that the episode was temporarily unavailable. And I was like, wait, what? Weird.
It just could be one of those things. Like at that moment, like it gives you like an error, but like it should be downloadable.
Yeah, because I already listened because I'm a narcissist and I listened to us talk about things last week. But so opening up, yeah, our runtime for last week's episode was 1:55. So it's probably going to be. And yeah, that's with everything like silence is taken out and all that stuff. Where like we recorded over 2 hours and it was like right around this time. And when I took everything out, it was like, oh shit, like we're under 2, and here we go. We end the episode where I just talk about it being over 2 hours, but nonetheless, still it's. All I'm saying is, if you made it this far, thank you.
If you made it this far without eating any food, holy shit.
Yeah, seriously, because I munched an entire Chipotle bowl, and I had a thing that I'm on a new kick with, the Little Debbie cherry pies. Like, I love those stupid little fried pie things. Hostess, Tasty Cake, you fucking name it. Give me a cherry or an apple one, I'm fucking eat it. But I'd never had the Little Debbie ones, and I tried one last night on a whim, and it was so good. I bought one today. I'm like, I shouldn't be buying this, but it was delicious. I would recommend that as well.
The little pie ones I like are the I don't know the name of the company. It begins with an E.
Entenmann's.
And those I used to have take those for breakfast. Like those. Okay. Those are fucking amazing. Like I think they blow the Hostess ones out of the water.
I can't really find Entenmann's ones. I also really don't shop a lot of places. So if you're not at Aldi or Walmart, forget it. On one of my random Giant Eagle trips a couple months back, though, they had a caramel apple pie.
Ooh.
And it tasted like, and I wish I would have went back and bought more because I should have done it to begin with, but it tasted like a caramel apple empanada from Taco Bell.
Oh.
And since they got rid of those, I haven't had one. And when I first bit into that, I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, this is amazing. I should have heated it up. Like, it would have 100% been an apple empanada. Like, oh, it was so fire. So fire.
By the way, since you mentioned Little Debbie.
Yes.
Let's end this episode on this. Your conspiracy theory on Christmas tree cakes.
There's no conspiracy theory. You take a bite of that and you take a bite of a zebra cake and tell me it's not the fucking same.
It's not the fucking same.
It's the fucking same. You know why it's not the fucking same, but it is the fucking same? Because there's chocolate on a zebra cake and there's not chocolate on the
there's sprinkles. And those sprinkles,
you get
it's a different taste.
You get a different taste but the cake and the icing on the inside itself are a zebra cake.
Oh,
it's just cut into a Christmas tree.
Well, let's put it this way. Like, that's how much of like Little Debbie's stuff where it's like different combinations of some of the same stuff. Because when you said that, I was like, I think she has a point, but like, I need to figure this out because they put out 2 different ice creams. Do the ice creams taste different? Now, I haven't gone back and tried the zebra cake, but I tried the Christmas tree one, which I can't say I tried. I've had it before. But after you said that, I had one. And I was like, what makes this taste like a Christmas tree cake? And I'm like, ironically enough, it's like the sprinkles. Those sprinkles actually have a flavor, and like that adds to the taste of a Christmas tree cake. Like,
Right,
but
right.
and the chocolate does give another difference for the zebra cake of why it tastes different. But yeah, like I mean, are the cake the same? Yes. Or is the icing like
100%.
in the side the same? Yes. But
The outside white icing is the same too. It's just the striping that is a different flavor, and then you get the added effect with the sprinkles. I can't eat, so like I burnt myself out on zebra cakes. That is the one Little Debbie snack cake I cannot eat at all anymore. Like if I try to bite into one, it makes me sick, right? So when I bought my first Christmas tree cake of the season this year, I took a bite out of it and wanted to puke. I was like, oh my God, it's a fucking zebra cake and I literally can't eat this. I'm so sad. Because that was always one of my go-tos. Like, after Pumpkin Delights end, you go right into fucking Christmas tree cakes, you know? And I can't eat the white or the vanilla ones or whatever, white, yellow cake, whatever you want to call it. But the chocolate Christmas tree cake is the superior Christmas tree cake, and I will die on that hill. That is the best one. I wish they made an ice cream version of it.
Counterpoint to that, there are chocolate versions of other cakes that they have that are pretty much the same thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like the devil food cake, whatever, the squares, those are my jam. The cookies and cream ones with the little cookie dusting with those are my jam. It's all essentially the same chocolate cake, like the little fudge cake bars. Those are my jam. Oh my God. I love the chocolate cakes up, but it's like all of the vanilla cake. It all tastes like a zebra cake to me now. Just like how all beer tastes like PBR. I just can't have the vanilla yellow cake. Now, there was a white cake version. I could have swore there was a white cake version of the Christmas tree cake. I could have swore once upon a time there were 3 of them. The yellow, the chocolate, and the white one.
I only remember 2.
I swear, unless I'm tripping, but I swear there was a white cake version. Like, maybe it was one of the big ones. But, like, I swear one of them was different. And now it all tastes the same to me. I just can't do it. And I've never had the ice creams. I can't say yes or no. I've had the brownie one, but yeah,
The one that doesn't get enough love is the cherry cordials. I fucking love them.
So those are okay. I'm not crazy about them, but I don't hate them. Though they're all right. I don't think Stacy likes them, but I've bought them a handful of times over the years. Yeah, I don't hate those. Those are all right. He doesn't like cherry flavored things so much, so like that's more of a me thing. That is one of the things he can't eat though, is the strawberry rolls, because it's the like one of the only artificial strawberry things left in existence.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like literally everything else he can't have, but like that's over the years I've had to read the labels and shit, you know, and that I just was blown away. I was like, how is Little Debbie not moved to real strawberry yet?
Don't jinx it.
I know, right? That'll be my luck next week. They come out with fucking real shit. Ugh. But yeah, Little Debbie, superior snack cakes, but Christmas tree cake, I just can't eat it anymore unless it's chocolate.
All right. Any final thoughts or last minute plugs before we go?
Wow, we both really like food to talk about it for this long.
We gave the people what they wanted.
I'm glad that we had calls. I'm glad that this episode went well. I'm sorry that it started so late that I forgot that we were recording tonight and I was stuck at work until almost 10 o'clock. But no, it was a good time. I'm looking forward to another food episode in the future because I'm sure there's shit that we missed. Maybe we'll plan it a little bit better and get like a couple days in advance, like post a tweet or something about it.
I meant to do it on Thursday.
It's fine. I'll remind you, or we something down the line. But yeah, no. It was cool though. Thanks to the people that called. Thanks for hanging out for as long as you did with us today, tonight, this evening. You guys are rad. If you made it to the end of the episode, we appreciate you. If you'd like, you can follow me on Twitter, PAMELAA_NICOLEE. I will be nice and spell it out this week instead of being a dick like last week. Yeah, Facebook. I think my TikTok is the same if you want to follow me on there too. Sometimes I post funny stuff. No, my TikTok is different. Instead of 2 A's and Pamela at the end, it's 3. It's a period and 3 E's at the end of Nicole. So just a little change, but Pamela Nicole on majority of my platforms. Come find me. Say hello.
And
you can watch me feed my face.
And of course, you can find myself at jsummers330 on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and Hive, just like you can find the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Facebook.com/WrestlingCheers, Twitter.com/WrestlingCheers, and Instagram.com/WrestlingCheers. Email, if you so choose, desire, WrestlingCheers@gmail.com. Like I said earlier in the show, please rate, review, and subscribe your ever This Fine podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, or Podbean, WrestlingCheers.podbean.com. And all of those links are in the show notes and under the link tree link. Check out our podcast friends such as Pod Van Dam, Super Fantastic Podcast, It's Evolution Baby, The IndieCast, Sobros Network, Biff Radio, GameWorks Podcast, Powerbomb Jitsu, Spotlight Series, Fully Posable, Positively Pro Wrestling, IWTV Guide, If You Catch My Grift, At Odds with Wrestling, Marks with Mikes, X Over, the Powell Driver Podcast, Tornado Tag Podcast, the Uncut Wrestling Podcast, This Ends at Prom, and Porch Talk. And check out our other non-podcasting friends such as The Mystery Men, Redline Radio, Mouse's Wrestling Adventures, VHS Party Tonight on Instagram, Danger Zone Video in Joliet, Tennessee, Heart of Gold, Toy Hio Toy Show, Time Capsule Toys, Stay Tough, Smokin' Jay's Barbecue, JCP Designs, Midwest Territory Southern Underground Pro, and the official graphic designer of Wrestling Cheers, Moy Boy Designs. That will do it for us here on Wrestling Cheers, where everybody knows your name. Oh, and I'm sorry, the kitchen is now closed. Later.
Peace.
It's the Wrestling Cheers. Get up on your feet, brightening your day in the middle of the week. And you gotta love the show. Yeah, you know it holds a title for the best podcast talking wrestling in Ohio. Finishing a cold one, take a load off. We ain't all about the prohibition like Josh, so we cheers. And then we sit back. Other shows are in the trash, kinda like they Nick Stapp. Like the name is Matt Justice, wearing all the gold. Wrestling Cheers is coming to a close. The #1 podcast going in the game. And one day everybody's gonna know the name. It's the Wrestling Cheers. This is Platinum Max, signing off. Ohio, good night. The world, good night. We love you. We'll see you next week.